Hello and welcome inside Foundation Field in Hamilton, Ohio. Game 6 of the Hamilton Joes GLSCL summer season as they host the Cincinnati Steam for the first time this season in a rivalry matchup on a Sunday night. Beautiful Sunday night here in Southwest Ohio. Hello everyone, Luke Westpoli, Blake Griffin alongside. Thanks for joining us for the Fit & Center pregame. Blake, this is the last team the Joes are yet to see this season, the final opponent before games start repeating. They got a couple off days coming up. Really got to put it all on the line tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of needing a big win to carry us into the next week for sure. Just kind of needing a couple things to go right if you're the Joes. Saw that yesterday, but just kind of needed to put all things together.
Yeah, yesterday, Joes were able to put together a pretty nice comeback after trailing 6-2 to the Licking County Settlers. They were able to tie that game up at 6 before eventually giving up 1 in the 9th and falling in that one by a 7-6 score. Lineups and anthem next here from Foundation Field. We'll throw it to public address for those. Thanks for tuning in to our brief Fit & Center pregame. Blake Griffin and I will be back with the call of Cincinnati Steam and Hamilton Joes when we come back on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
And now let's introduce starting lineups for both teams. First for the Cincinnati Steam. Leading off, 22nd base, number 7, Adam Snyder. Hitting second, number 1, shortstop, Gabriel Lopez. Hitting third at third base, number 10, Blake Brazier. Cleanup batter, playing first base, number 51, William John. Catcher, number 26, Luke Allen. Hitting sixth, number 31, the DH, Max Freed.
Starting lineups for the Hamilton Joes. Going to be quite the day as the Joes try to stick it to their rivals, as my broadcast partner Luke Westpoli just said in the pregame. Leading things off going to be Caden Konzak in left field. Bennett Clement will try to stretch out his 4-game hit streak as he comes into today with that. Batting second, playing center field. Shortstop for the Joes, a new person playing that, going to be Andrew Patrick, batting number 3. Number 4, Sam Lowe, second base for the Joes tonight. Evan Ulrich makes a return to the lineup for back-to-back nights behind the dish. He'll catch and bat 5th. Batting 6th, Grant Miller in right field. Parker Lester will make another appearance at third base. Batting 7th. Batting 8th, Cal Brazier, the first baseman for the Joes, and making his second appearance of the season, Tristan Melvin, DH, batting 9th. And starting on the mound going to be Nate Dome. Nate Dome, one of the guys that we've been really excited about for the Joes, getting his Joes debut here today. Luke, how you feeling about that?
Really, really excited. Nate is one of the promising young pitchers really in all of America when you talk about guys that were looking for a new home this summer. As Nate entered the transfer portal, played this past season at Ball State for the Cardinals in Muncie. Appeared 15 times, had a 4-3 record with 2 saves and an ERA of 5.71. He throws hard, though, as he sits at the top of his range at about 100 miles an hour, and he just announced right before he made his Joes debut a couple of days ago that he will be transferring to SEC school next year in the Mississippi State Bulldogs, so certainly a lot of promise for this man, Nate Dome, and the Joes are expecting big things out of him this summer.
He'll make a couple of warm-up pitches as we have some anticipation. We've mentioned a couple of times that he's been up to 99, up to 100, have the radar gun on the other side. If we hear any screams in the broadcast booth, we'll let you know as that's probably triple digits. I don't think I've seen triple digits in a broadcast booth, but I did see Aroldis Chapman get up to 104 at one time. And let me tell you, that's one of the most electrifying things you'll ever see.
Yeah, I saw triple digits one time, I believe, in a broadcast booth calling games in Miami, and it was pretty unreal. I mean, being able to see that in person or even on the broadcast is something that's pretty special, and Nate Dome is a very promising pitcher. As we mentioned, well-deserved for him to go out in the transfer portal and now seek out a job in a Power 5 lineup, and a strong lineup at that in Mississippi State.
Yeah, Mississippi State, who kind of had a rough start to the season, ended their season pretty well. Didn't end up winning the SEC tournament, which was necessary for them to get into the big tournament, the big dance. But looking on the upside for sure as they go into the next season. And the SEC always a tough place to play regardless.
Yeah, and Mississippi State is also a team that's recruited the portal pretty hard as well, trying to rebuild that roster. It's almost nice when you talk about, coaching. Obviously, it sucks for some schools when you have a lot of guys transferring out, but, you don't want to say that Mississippi State had a bad year by any means, but you can basically turn a program around in 1 or 2 years instead of 3 or 4 nowadays with all the rules surrounding the transfer portal. If you are able to recruit that pretty hard and do a good job, the Bulldogs trying to do just that and stay competitive at the top of the SEC.
Leading things off could be Adam Snyder out of the left side for the Cincinnati Steam. As the Steam come in, a record of 2-1. The first pitch of the game on the outside corner, but just off. Move the count to 1-0. You look at Schneider's stats on the season, making his 4th appearance, batting .375. Is a big wave and a miss with the fastball right by him on that one.
Bit of a journeyman is Adam Schneider. Started out at New Mexico, played for the Steam last year, and then transferred into Northern Kentucky for this past spring.
1-1 to him. Another fastball in on the inside corner. Yeah, coming home, probably a little bit more of a comfort zone playing at Northern Kentucky. That's very close to where he's been around. New Mexico State rather far, and the distance not for everybody. As the 1-2 hit high into the air. Calling everybody off is Andrew Patrick, who makes his first start at shortstop of the season for the Joes. Will make the squeeze for out number 1, retire Schneider rather quickly.
Yeah, Dome looking really strong in that first at-bat, really commanding his zone well.
That being the one thing that we've kind of harped on for the Joes pitchers is free passes, just trying to stay around the plate, but did give up 5+ hits yesterday. But did stay away from the walks as well, as the first pitch to Gabriel Lopez on the inside corner. Gabriel Lopez, shortstop for the Steam in tonight's proceedings. There's a big swing and a miss with the ball upstairs. Move the count to 0-2. Nate Dome hunting for strikeout number 1 here on the early start. There's the 0-2. Foul to the backstop. Probably the best arm you're going to see maybe this year if you're the Steam. So good for them to at least, see it early. As the 0-2 breaking ball set in the right field. Going back is Miller. Going to range into that right center gap a little bit. Made the catch rather easily for out number 2 and 2 quick outs for Nate Dome.
Yeah, Miller was playing really shallow out there in right field as the Joes were a little bit kind of shifted in terms of their depth in the outfield, playing for that ball to be pulled more towards the left side.
Blake Buzeo going to stand in for his first at-bat against Nate Dome. Love to see someone who shares the same name. None more notable than Blake Griffin, the basketball player. But Blake Buzeo heading the count 2-0 to Nate Dome, who's retired 2 Steam batters rather efficiently. Pumps the fastball by him right there for his 11th pitch of the inning. Buzeo playing third base for the Steam.
Two Miami third basemen in the game.
There you go. Well, your Miami fans, that one shot to Miller out there in right field. That's going to get down. Has a chance to play it first, as that'll cross Brazier up a little bit, trip up Buzeo at first base, go back to Evan Ulrich behind the dish, and Buzeo will be on with the first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, that was just a softly hit ball out there in right field, and an awkward trip to first as Buzeo now exchanging a conversation with Cal Brazier over there on the right side. He kind of tripped on the base almost as that throw was coming in from Miller, who was maybe looking for a 9-3 putout.
We'll bring up William Jawan as that runner.
That was a great jump.
Is going to be in there. So the Steam stealing bases here early. Able to get their first stolen base of the game on Evan Ulrich. As that one missed outside.
Dome got caught taking his time there on the mound as Buzeo was already halfway down the line by the time that pitch released out of his hand.
That one shot back up the middle. Going to require a good throw from Bennett Clement out in center as they'll wave the runner. A good throw, a good tag, in time. Bennett Clement cuts down the Steam runner at home to keep the score at 0 and end the inning. So Nate Dome able to negotiate after the single and the steal as we'll go to the home half of the first. William Stoltz on the mound for the Steam. We'll be right back. You're listening to the All Wealth Hamilton Jones Broadcast Network.
ADG Services is Hamilton and Fairfield's most trusted painting contractors, offering deck staining, sealing, and waterproofing, as well as drywall texturing and exterior and interior painting, as well as many other services. ADG Services is your way to go for all your painting needs. Visit them at 456 Sims Road in Fairfield or give them a call at 513-295-2767. ADG Services, a proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes. All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
Bottom of the first, William Stoltz probably goes by Will Stoltz. We won't confirm that, but a hometown boy pitching for what's going to be his home field next year. Miami Hamilton commit has just come in to play for them. A little bit about Will Stoltz over there, Luke.
Yeah, William Stoltz at a Clark State Community College. Hails from Fairfield, Ohio, Coleraine High School product. He's transferring out of Clark State to play right here at Foundation Field collegiately next year, as he will play for Daryl Grissom and the Harriers at Miami Hamilton.
We'll face off against Caden Konzak. We'll slap that ball to second. Snyder will come in on it, make the play in time. 1 pitch, 1 out for Stoltz. Retires Konzak early here. We mentioned the Joes getting some offense yesterday and getting some offense the game before. So the offense seems to be there. Got one part of the puzzle kind of figured out. Just needing to to get things rolling defensively, is that's going to be the biggest struggle for the Joes. We'll bring up Bennett Clement, who just made a beautiful play out in center field talking about defense. Gunning down the runner to end the inning. And that'll hit the inside corner. Clement one of 2 Joes on a significant hitting streak. Clement with a 4-game and I believe low on a 4-game, as that one's off the plate. But 1 ball, 1 strikes to Bennett Clement, the center fielder tonight for the Joes. I've seen him play quite consistently out there in the outfield. Still ripped that one into left field, just out of the outstretched glove of Lopez over there at first, or shortstop. We'll put a runner on first early for the Joes. Not something we normally see for the Joes.
Yeah, good to get a base runner here in the first inning, as they've struggled to do that in the past few games. That breaking ball from Stoltz on the mound really hung, and it was just a matter of waiting on it for Bennett Clement as he stroked that one up the left side. And now Andrew Patrick looking to do some more damage.
Get a pick-off move over there. Nothing doing. Have to go all the way back to the Copperheads game on the 8th to find a run in the Joes' first inning. But Bennett Clement got some speed over there. Won't see it on this pitch. Looking at the stats on Bennett Clement in terms of stolen bases on the season. The 1-0 going to be in there, 1-1. Bennett Clement with 3 stolen bases sits at the top of this Joes lineup, tied with Bridges and Sam Lowe. As picked off over there at second. The throw to second will be in time. Cut him down on the base paths.
Caught him.
For out number 2.
Stoltz a lefty on the mound, too, so he's facing over there at first base, and just an early jump from Bennett Clement.
Seeing the Joes be good on the base paths this season so far, so just trying to be aggressive early. And we mentioned that Stoltz being a lefty, so one of the harder guys to steal bases on. And that one will paint the outside corner now and move the count to 1-2. Stoltz now 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning after giving up a rather hard single from Clement. So he faces Andrew Patrick. The 1-2 going to miss upstairs. Move the count to 2-2. Patrick, we haven't seen for a couple of nights. Have to go back to the Jazz game where he had that big 2 RBI single in the 7th. That gave them the lead at the time. Had him on the postgame show. So friend of the broadcast, Andrew Patrick, sits up 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the home half of the first. 0-0 as the Steam were retired in the top half. And the Joes looking to put some offense together here in the home half. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Andrew Patrick. Pitch number 10 of the appearance for Will Stoltz. That one's set into right center field. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Cut off just before the warning track. Actually, a great play out there by Harrison Barnes to cut that one up, because if that gets to the wall, that's possibly 3 bags for Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick's got a little bit of speed, but good to see him put another one in play. He's a guy that has a lot of promise for the Joes. He probably had the best season collegiately when you just look at the amount of plate appearances, and he was able to bat .266 at Wright State.
So we've already seen 1 hit streak get extended in this inning as Bennett Clement moved his hit streak from 4 to 5. Sam Lowe will look to do the same here, with the runner at second being Andrew Patrick after he doubled. And that will paint the outside corner 0-1. Sam Lowe with 2 hits yesterday and a walk in the 9th. Had that triple that was part of a Joe's inning that saw them put up 2 runs in the 6th to claw back and really kind of move that momentum back into the Joe's dugout. A very long pause out there and a time call from Sam Lowe. Stoltz just trying to get comfortable out on that mound, as he will be out there for the collegiate season. The 0-1. Going to miss off the plate, 1-1. I've seen Stoltz be around the zone. Saw that with the Bennett Clement single and the Patrick double. So looking like a guy that the Joes are going to be able to get some contact on. It's just a matter of finding gaps and making those runners stick. That one is set in the shallow right field. going back and making the catch is Schneider, stealing a run from the Joes here in the first.
No runs, 2 hits.
Will hold them to nothing in the bottom half of the first. So one run or one inning already played. Nothing our scores. Go to the top half of the 7th. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
It'll be Hewen, Freeze, and Scott due up for the Steam to face off against Nate Dome, who we just got word hit 98 in one of his warm-up pitches. So looking like we're going to see some definite fire out of that right-handed arm of Dome tonight. Hewen, the Steam catcher, will get his first at-bat of the game. And that'll miss upstairs. Hewen, who sits at the top of this Steam team average-wise, as again, Dome will miss upstairs. Hitting .500, tied with Buzeo, Freeze, and Barnes. But Hewen with the most at-bats out of the top guys as we get a time call on the mound from the home plate umpire. Nate Dome not too happy about that. With 2-0. Foul to the backstop. Hewen at the top of hits as well. Rowe behind him, or tied rather, with 5. That's a 2-1. Also going to miss upstairs. Seems when Lowe's missing, he's missing up, which you can get away with sometimes, having the fastball as hard as he can. And now the 3-1 to Hewen. Blown right by him. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count runs full to Luke Hewen, who has been a bright spot for the Steam so far in their first 3 games. The Steam 2-1. All of them chasing down the guys we saw yesterday, the Settlers, as that one's well behind them. And Hewen will reach base for the first time today.
The designated hitter, number 31, Max Freeze.
So a base runner early in the innings. The leadoff man reaches for the Steam. Did not see a runner for the Steam until 2 outs in the first when Buzeo singled. Was eventually gunned down at the plate. First pitch, a fastball. Cut on and missed from Max Freeze. Kind of talked before the broadcast about him being similar to Max Fried, the starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. Just missing the 1 letter as Evan Oracle blocked that one in the dirt. Nothing doing over there at first base from Hewen.
Freeze is a solid hitter this spring at Earlham College. Won an HCAC championship with the Quakers. Went to D3 regionals.
As the 1-1, going to be fouled off. We were just up there the other day.
We were in Richmond, Indiana, playing the Richmond Jazz. We mentioned on the broadcast, Richmond, a really cool baseball city. You got Sadler Stadium on Earlham's campus, a really state-of-the-art facility, and then you got the historic McBride Stadium that the Jazz play at.
Bounce in the dirt. They'll fire back to Ulrich. Over to Brazier. They'll say he missed the tag. So way too big of a secondary over there for Hewen. Ulrich trying to make him pay, and I'm going to be honest, the angle from up here looks like he got the tag in time. But we only have just the one camera. Need the cameras out there on top of the dugouts to really get that big angle. Maybe we can do replay reviews as we get a pickoff move over there from Dome. The Max Freeze, the DH for the Cincinnati team tonight. That one's in the dirt. Fill the count at 3-2. A lot of full counts from Nate Dome to start things. As the pitch counts up to 25 with nobody out here in the second. Another pickoff move over there to Hewen. The Steam with 13 total stolen bases on the season so far. Brazier leading the way with 4. And just the one so far for Hewen. And that one will miss low as well. So another walk issued by Nate Dome. We'll put runners at first and second now with nobody out. You have to think maybe he's just trying to be a little too fine with it here early.
Yeah, he's trying to find that zone still. He did a pretty good job, I thought, in that first inning, but a little bit around the zone here in the second.
We've got a bunt attempt from Garrett Scott. They'll say he offered. And that'll be the first strike of the at-bat. We'll see Cal Brazier come in for the bunt as he's in front of first base. And we'll get Sam Lowe to cover should a bunt get down. Parker Lester over there at third base, probably not moving much. That one's bunted to Dome. They'll go to first for 1. Bit of a low toss over there, but negotiated well by Sam Lowe. We'll put 1 out on the scoreboard, but we'll move runners to second and third for the Steam. Hewen now to third. Freeze up to second after a sac bunt from Garrett Scott. We'll bring up Harrison Barnes. Barnes center fielder for the Steam tonight. As Dome will pump that one in there for strike 1. Harrison Barnes out of Tuskegee University, but from Cincinnati, Ohio, so a hometown boy for this team. And is now ahead in the count. 0-2 is Dome, sitting around 94-95, as we just heard yelled over the press box. We're looking for a big strikeout here. The 0-2 misses just off the plate, but Evan Ulrich nodding his head behind the dish. A good pitch on that one from Nate Dome as he crosses the 30-pitch threshold here in the second. 1 out and 2 runners on for the Steam. We're threatening here in the second. There's a 1-2. Check swing. They'll say no swing. They'll check over to the field umpire. He will confirm no swing. And the count evens at 2-2. I've seen 2 straight full count offerings from Dome to Hewen and Freeze. Looking to retire Barnes before it gets there. That one set in the left field. Going back is Konzak. He won't reach it. That's going all the way to the wall. 2 Steam runners will come in to score. And the Steam have jumped on Dome here early.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there from Barnes to just send that one down towards the line. And that's a nice couple RBIs for him.
The Steam bats have come in and have not been scared. That being the 3rd hit of the game for the Steam batters, coming from Harrison Barnes, the big double that brings home 2 Steam runs as they grab the lead here early. Oh, 1 to Tommy Thaman, the 9-hole left fielder for the Steam, as they got their outfielders hitting 3 in a row, 7, 8, 9, as that one slapped just foul. Nate Dome needing a big strikeout here to kind of right the ship after giving up 2 walks and the big 2 RBI double. The 0-2, going to miss off the plate. The Steam came into this game leading the GLSCL in batting average as they hit 275 coming in. So knew they were going to come in and try to swing the bats and have done just that. 3 hits in the first 2 innings. Have brought home 2 runs for the Steam. Runner at second, that's Harrison Barnes. Tommy Thaman at the plate. Nate Dome trying to retire him via the strikeout, would be his first of the game. And Thaman just fighting off pitches, trying to stay alive. Interestingly, Nate Dome wearing long sleeves on both arms. As it is quite warm, I am sweating currently.
Yeah, he's got the black long sleeve, too. That's attracting a lot of heat out there. It's almost 80 degrees.
So a bold choice. I never really wore sleeves in general when I played. So the runner takes off. That's going to be hit to the right-hand side. Cal Brazier off to flip over to Dome and will not get there in time. And we've got runners now at the corners. That one kind of just hit too softly to the right-hand side. And Nate Dome a little late getting over to first base. Will give Tommy Thaman his first hit of the game and prolong this inning for the Joes.
Yeah, a bit of a wild second inning here after Nate Dome kind of got saved by Clement in that last inning from giving up any runs, but now the Steam threatening more.
Runner takes off. Evan Orwick going to fire it down to first, or second rather. There's another stolen base for the Steam. Mentioned they had 13 coming in, so have come in and been aggressive. As that one misses off the plate. Second stolen base of the game for the Steam as Buzeo stretched his team-leading 4 stolen bases to 5. As the zone kind of constricting up there for Dome, has had a tough time finding the zone consistently here in his first start of the season. But like a lot of these guys, hasn't pitched in a while, so kind of just trying to find his groove again. The 2-0 pains the outside corner. We talk about it a lot with the bats, but a lot of the pitching gets kind of overlooked when it comes to not having pitched in probably a month or so, at least against live bats. As the 2-1, he chopped on the ground. Lowe will field it on the hop. Brazier will fire over to third base, not in time. Another Steam run will come across to score. We'll put 2 outs on the board for the Joes. So an RBI for Adam Schneider on a 4-3 putout. Stretches the lead to 3 for the Steam. And 3 runs, 4 runs has kind of been the number you don't like to see for the Joes, as that's come consistently in a handful of innings for the Joes, most notably the 4th inning, but coming a little bit earlier here against the Steam as the slider misses off the plate.
Good news for the Joes, though, is that in every single loss so far, it's been just 1 inning.
And the bats do seem to be a little bit more alive tonight with a couple of hits in the bottom half of the first. As that one paints the inside corner, 1-2. Still looking for his first strikeout is Nate Dome. Kind of build him to be high in the strikeouts today. Saw a 13 strikeout performance in 7 innings against Miami, Ohio. Probably a little tough spot out there for you, Luke, as you'll be attending Miami U this next year.
Hey, Ball State Cardinals swept my Redhawks on senior weekend, so that was pretty rough.
Some action. Luke Westpoli will be calling next year with a 2-2. blown right by him. First strikeout of the game for Nate Dome. Strains the runner at third for the Steam, but not before they cross 3 runs to home plate and grab the early lead here in the second. Home half of the second will be Ulrich, Miller, and Lester. The bottom half of the second, you're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining. At Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, we don't just care for the recently departed. We serve those who held them most dearly. Our families have known since 1935 that they can count on our honest and respectful staff to provide only the highest level of service. The kind of service that you can't get just anywhere these days. We invite you to explore our site to learn more about Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home at browndawsonflick.com.
Home half of the second, as we mentioned, Ulrich, Miller, and Lester, 5, 6, and 7, due up for the Joes, and the Joes already 2 hits, probably more than we've had in the first couple of innings in the last 4 games. It's taken us a while to get rolling offensively, but a good showing so far. They'll face Will Stoltz, and the first pitch will miss upstairs.
Ulrich was solving a Rubik's Cube in the dugout before the game. He said it's a new ritual of his. He's got a 2x2. He solves a 2x2 Rubik's Cube for you enthusiasts. You cubers out there, you could say.
Cubers, I like that.
His record is 25 seconds. So
comment your time, tweet us your time if you want to.
That's unbelievable to me.
If you're one of your cubers, I could never do that. That was something that I was never able to do, as the 1-1 missed outside.
That was something I would always, on a Saturday when I was bored, I would tell myself I would teach myself how to do it, and I would do it for like maybe 30 minutes and be like, I'm never gonna do this again.
It's like puzzles. It's kind of an acquired taste. As that one is swung on and missed, 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Evan Ulrich. But Evan looking to get something going as he went 0 in the game yesterday. Was hit by a pitch. He did reach via the air, came around to score in the 4th. As that one sent high into the air will go out of play. But yeah, smart mind kind of have to be if you're going to call pitches behind the dish.
Yep.
Consistently for collegiate baseball. Only means good things for your Hamilton Joes. The 2-2, missing upstairs. So the Cat runs full, so a handful of full counts in the top half of the second, as the Steam brought 3 runs across on a couple of hits. As Evan just fighting off at the plate. Does that quite often. If the hits aren't coming, you know you're going to get a great at-bat from Evan regardless. Has just 2 hits on the season, batting 143. As that one will miss low, and he'll walk himself over to first for the Joes' leadoff base runner. The first time we've seen a leadoff base runner today for the Joes. Bring up Grant Miller.
Yeah, we talked about how important it was on the broadcast yesterday to get those runners on base early in the innings. Good start from Evan as his team looks to respond. Working that walk.
It looks like the Steam have read the scouting report on Grant Miller. Bring the third baseman in. And he'll send that one promptly into right field. So Evan Ulrich into second base. That's Grant Miller jumping all over the first pitch he sees to grab his first hit of the game. He says, I see your bunt defense, and I send one the opposite way.
Number 11, Parker Lester.
Bring up Parker Lester, one of the favorites of us broadcasters and us interns in general on this Joe's team. Always just full of energy, always cheering on his guys, and very funny.
Yeah, he's a fun guy. We're looking to get him mic'd up, hopefully, for social media at some point. So follow us on all the social channels for that at some point. But, I mean, if you stand next to him during batting practice, there's not a single swing that his teammate will take that he doesn't have something to say about. And it's always just something to make you laugh.
Up here in a big spot for the Joes as they trail by 3. First pitch he sees will be in the dirt. Did not start the game yesterday as Bridges took responsibilities over there at third base. Have to go back to the Jazz game where he went 0 for in that one. So looking to change his fortunes here at home. And we'll swing through that one. Foul that one to the parking lot. I had to run out to the parking lot before the broadcast as I was on dirty car duty as we give out car wash slips to the car wash coupons, rather, to the dirtiest car. It did just rain, so it was kind of hard to find a dirtiest car. The 1-1. Rather slow, and good on Lester to even wait back and keep his bat through the zone and foul that one off. It looked like definitely pulled the string on that one from Stoltz.
We saw Clement take one of those into left field back in the first inning. That breaking ball hangs up there for a while from Stoltz.
Yeah, not something you want to leave up. Definitely spelled disaster for Stoltz. Behind the count, 1-2 is Lester. As we'll get a bit of a, I want to say pick-off move because you have to say pick-off move. It has to be for the pitch clock. But just stepping off the mound is Stoltz. He'll do this so again as his catcher instructs him to. But lefty on lefty matchup. We've talked about the number of lefties the Joes have in the lineup this year. As that one's in the dirt, kind of bounces away. But Evan Ulrich staying firmly planted out there at second base. I saw Bennett Clement get kind of caught up on the base paths, run himself off with one out in the first. So not trying to do the same as we get another meeting at the mound. Stoltz and his catcher Hewen not on the same page here early.
Yeah, especially in this at-bat, we've seen them kind of have some confusion as this conversation is going to be over rather quickly. There was a pitcher-catcher conference before this at-bat, and now we've had a couple conversations between the two during it.
Well, hopefully for us, they haven't figured it out, and there's still some confusion. But 2 balls, 2 strikes to Parker Lester, who looks to grab his first hit in a couple games. Would be a big one for the Joes. As he's fighting that one off over by the trainer's tent. Joe's interns having to put up a handful of tents before fans arrive at the park. And the trainer tent, one of those. As it kind of ricocheted off the top. Gonna get a meeting at the mound here.
I'm really surprised at this. There's nobody up in the Steam bullpen. And to do it in the middle of an at-bat like this is a little bit funky. But pretty quick stuff from Alex Dickey and crew.
Kind of just seems like nobody's on the same page here. Especially with a runner on second, you get different signs. You want to make sure that you're getting the right signs, otherwise the ball ends up to the backstop. Or maybe you hang one on accident. But 2 balls, 2 strikes to Parker Lester with 2 runners on. That's Ulrich at second, Miller at first. Ulrich reached on the walk. Miller, who singled in the right field. The Joes chase 3 here in the second. Parker Lester again fighting off pitch at the dish. So Evan Ulrich put up a great at-bat to lead things off and worked his way on. Parker Lester do the same thing here for himself. Lester still looking for his first hit of the season in a Joe's uniform. Send that one back up the middle. Shortstop will flip over to second for one. And in time on the back end, I am not fully convinced that he was out at first. That'll put 2 outs on the board. A huge double play converted by the Steam. 4-6-3.
That was a great play by Schneider over there at second to slide and even keep that one in the infield, and then he just flipped it out of his glove instead of trying to waste time on the transfer. That bides just enough time. Lets him turn it 4-6-3.
The defense kind of dazzling here in the first couple of innings. Saw Bennett Clement get us out of the first inning as Kyle Brazier fell off for the first pitch he sees. And now we see a big inning rally killer for the Steam when Schneider, Lopez, and then John. The 0-1 to Brazier in the dirt, going to bounce away, but not too far as Ulrich will stay over at third. But Cal Brazier, another guy, we've kind of been waiting for him to kind of get things rolling in the right direction. Has a double as one of his 2 hits, but I've seen him park a lot in batting practice, and I've just been kind of waiting for that to come around in the batter's box. But over 30 pitches is Will Stoltz, who's up at 32. The Joes kind of getting to him in this inning, forcing the pitch count to rise. The 1-2, gonna miss upstairs. So the Joes looking to scratch one across here in the second after giving up 3 in the top half. Score is 3-0. With 2 outs, Evan Ulrich, the only Joe remaining on base after he walked, and the double play knocked 2 off the board as that one's going to come in and hit Brazier. So some life late in the inning for the Joes as Cal Brazier will reach base for the first time in the ball game and put runners at the corners.
And now Zach Weber out of Ohio University up in the Cincinnati Steam bullpen.
So whatever they saw from Stoltz, maybe they didn't like it too much. But it is a righty, so it will change the look for a lot of the Joes batters. So that one hit to the right-hand side. That's going to get through. Some clutch hitting from Tristan Melvin, who makes his second appearance of the season for the Joes and has himself a good at-bat.
Yeah, go right after it. And that's big for the Joes to get one back. And now you get back to the top of the order as well with 2 guys on. You got Konzak coming up, and he could potentially change this game with 1 swing.
We talked about it in the break. The Joes, a winning record after trailing.
Yeah, so 2-1 on the season.
We mentioned just playing how the analytics are running out, playing the sabermetric kind of game, I suppose. 2 outs for Caden Konzak after 1 run just came across in the inning.
Yeah, 2-1 when they've given up runs before they've scored.
And still winless when scoring first. Hopefully not a trend we see throughout the season for the Joes, but the 1 ball, no strike offering, going to miss upstairs to Caden Konzak and move the count to 2-0. Konzak hitting .250 on the season with 3 hits, making appearance number 4 for the Joes. Grounded out to second his first time up. Looked to push one into the outfield. As we've seen a couple of Joes go the opposite way early. Most notably Tristan Melvin, who sits over there at first base, grabbing the first RBI for the Joes. grabbing his first RBI of the season, rather. The 3-0 got the green light and popped it straight up. Buzeo will head over to the gravel, or red brick rather, and make the catch for out number 3. The Joe Scratch went across from Tristan Melvin's single, but going to need some more work as you go to the top half of the third. You're watching the All World Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Top half of the third after the Joe Scratch won across in the top half of the inning. We'll bring up Buzeo, John, and Hewen. That's 3, 4, 5 in the steam order to face Nate Dome, who's given up 3 runs in 2 innings. But we'll find the zone on that one. 1 strike to Buzeo, who's already singled today. Was the first guy to get to Nate Dome in the first, but was thrown out at the plate by a beautiful throw from Bennett Clement. Kind of hopped a couple of times, but that's the advantage of turf. You love to see that. Coach always used to say, long hop, no hop. Definitely a long hop, as that one's set into right field. Kyle Brazier going to range into foul territory, not make the play, as that's well foul for strike number 2. And Nate Dome looking for back-to-back Ks after not striking out any steam batter through an inning and 2/3. Struck out Gabriel Lopez to end the second. Now looking to do so against Blake Buzeo. And will not do it on that one. I haven't seen that slider come on 2 strikes just yet and be swing and miss quite yet. I've seen some great sliders so far, but they haven't come with 2 strikes. Would love to see one here. Maybe get Buzeo swinging right over the top of it. A 1-2. Another slider on the fists of Buzeo. We'll keep the count at 1-2 as Buzeo continues to fight. And the 1-2 will miss low. And even the count at 2-2, Nate Dome doing kind of a jump on the mound. Thought that one was strike 3. Two balls, 2 strikes. Got him on the fastball. Blew it right by him. Back-to-back Ks for Nate Dome with the first out of the inning. So we'll have to see Nate Dome trending in the right direction. With 1 out, we'll bring up William John. That one misses off the plate. John also a single in the first. Single in the center field. That produced that Bennett Clement throw into home plate. Looking to keep things rolling on the mound for Nate Dome. Retired Lopez and Buzeo back-to-back with strikeouts. Ending the inning in the second with a strikeout to Lopez. That's a 2-1. Set in the left field. Going back is Konzak. Tracking it. Making the play right in front of the warning track. In time for out number 2 is Caden Konzak. And the outfield's been good for the Joes here in the first couple innings.
The catcher, Luke
Yeah, the
Allen.
outfield's made quite a few plays out there. Good to see. We've seen a couple of kind of bobbles and tough plays, especially on the short hop in the outfield the past couple of games. But the outfield has been a good part of the Joes game to this point. No fly zone.
Got to rebrand that. We'll make some T-shirts. We'll go Joe's No Fly Zone.
There's no fly zone.
Start using that hashtag on Twitter. We'll get Pearl to start using that, our social media intern. 1 ball, no strike to Luke Hewen. As that one will miss off the plate. Hewen out of Plymouth, Indiana. Is that anywhere near the border, or is that mid-Indiana?
Couldn't tell you.
Went to St. Leo College. As that one will miss. Good frame by Evan Ork as that one bounced in. Kind of caught it on the short hop and tried to frame it anyway.
Ewan actually kind of bounced around. He started at Purdue, and then he transferred out to JUCO and ended up at St. Leo's solid D2 program.
And Purdue's in Indiana, right?
Purdue is in West Lafayette, Indiana.
Well, he will negotiate a walk with 2 outs. That being the 3rd walk issued by Nate Dome in the last 2 innings.
Designated hitter, Max Freeze.
Put a runner on first with 2 outs as Max Freeze will come back to the dish.
Speaking of another Indiana guy, Max Freeze, coming up. And shout out to our stats intern from last year, Kevin Hawk, who's the bullpen catcher for the baseball team.
Some solid stuff. So just looked up Plymouth. Kind of sort of south of South Bend. As we get a pickoff move and Brazier kind of fumbling over himself. Nothing doing over there at first. So like North Indiana.
Close to West Lafayette.
So kind of a hometown guy over there at Purdue. The 0-1 broke his bat. Parker Lester will have to come in and make a tough play. Pull Brazier off the bag with a play will be in time. The tag will be made, and that will be the end of the second. We go to the home half of the 3rd. The Joes trailing by 2. 3-1 our score. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. bottom of the third, the Bennett Clement, Andrew Patrick, and Sam Lowe. They face off against Will Stoltz, who's still out there on the mound for the Steam. Did see some action in the Steam bullpen. I believe he's still up and around.
Yeah, Zach Weber's still pitching out there for the Steam.
Throwing a mini bullpen out there. It's the 1-0 to Clement, will miss upstairs. Clement, one of the 4 Joes to reach base via the hit today. Clement, Patrick, Miller, and Melvin. That's the 2-0. Going to miss outside. Saw at the end of the last inning that Stoltz was kind of struggling to find the zone. And looks to keep that trend rolling here in the home half of the third. As that one will miss off the plate, ball 4.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe that he has pitched a strike that has actually crossed the plate and been a strike since Cal Brazier's at bat early, and then I think he pitched a couple of balls to Brazier and then hit him. Melvin hit the first pitch off him, and then Konzak went ahead 3-0 before popping out. And a 4-pitch walk is going to end the day for Stoltz.
So we'll be right back after a pitching change here at Foundation Field. 3-1 our score, 1 runner on here in the bottom half of the third. You're watching the Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Carefree Heating and Cooling is an AC service in Hamilton, Ohio you can trust. When you are looking for a quick AC repair in Hamilton, Ohio, turn to the professionals at Carefree Heating and Cooling. With a name for completing the work correctly the first time, you can rely on our quality service to get your AC system working like it should. When you need air conditioning fast, call us at 513-268-5164, or you can also contact us online at carefreeheatingandcoolingco.com. The Casual Pint is a community and neighborhood craft beer spot located in Hamilton that provides a vast selection of the best craft beers the region has to offer. They also offer a great selection of food options from appetizers to entrees, so if you just need a snack while you socialize or want to enjoy lunch or dinner, they have something that will hit the spot. Go online and order at hamilton.thecasualpint.com or go to their location located on 130 Riverfront Plaza. That is 130 Riverfront Plaza in Hamilton, Ohio. Proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Back with you here in the bottom of the third. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Miller Coors, proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes. Andrew Patrick due up. Going to put the righty up against the righty as Andrew Patrick doubled off Stoltz his last time up. So we'll change the graphic to put Weber as the pitcher. It comes in a spot with a runner on. Bennett Clement over at first, who did try to steal a base, was caught stealing on a pickoff move from Stoltz his last time on. Now it's going to be a little bit easier with a right-hander up there, so we haven't seen Hewen have to throw anything yet. And the first pitch will miss off the plate.
Zach Weber at 11 in Ohio, plays for the Ohio Bobcats, just finished up his freshman season in Athens, pitched 15 2/3 innings there.
That one is sent high into the air. Going back on it is John, going to the fence and making the catch for out number one
The second baseman,
here in the bottom of the third.
Samuel Lowe.
At 11 in Ohio U Bobcat. We will be up at the Bobcats campus a little later in this week. I will not be there. I have to go home for a graduation. But Luke Westpole will have that call for you against the Copperheads as that one is fouled off.
Excited. First trip to Bob Wren. We didn't play there last year as the Copperheads opted out of the season. That's a really cool stadium. One of the newer ones that has been built just in terms of this league. Opened in 1998.
The 0-1 is fouled off from Sam Lowe. Yeah, a bit jealous you're going up there getting the nice press box.
Yeah, it's been renovated a few times already since then, too. So definitely the most worked on stadium in the GLSCL.
They bring you high quality content from Athens, Ohio. No balls, 2 strikes to Sam Lowe. As that one will miss upstairs. Changing the eye level on that one from Weber, and also maybe a little bit of a pitch out, as they might have some stats on the Joes, as we like to steal bags when our batters are behind in counts. The 1-2 will miss off the plate. Well, it seems after Bennett Clement was picked off in the last inning, maybe kind of got the red light almost from stealing bags. Has not been super aggressive with his secondaries or anything of the sorts. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Weber, and a bounce be picked at the plate by Hewen, but nothing doing over there. Weber has run this count full after being ahead of Sam Lowe, who popped out to Schneider's last time up to end the first inning after Patrick reached on the double. 3-2. Can be sent into right field. Stay fair ball. Just foul. Could have been a great time for these Joes fans if that one gets down fair. Speed all the way around the bases. One out here in the home half of the third. 3-2 the count. 1 out. Run over there at first is Bennett Clement, who reached via the walk. Came from Stoltz before the pitching change for Weber. 3-1 our score. As the Steam lead by 2. The runner will take off. That one's set into right center field, and that's going to get down. Bennett Clement will be waved around third. Sam Lowe in the second with a RBI double, and the Joes cut the lead in half.
Great at-bat there from Sam Lowe, who remained fighting up there at the plate. And good heads-up base running from Bennett Clement. That one actually got by Scott out there in right field when he initially tried to receive that one. And since the hit and run was on, a huge head start for Bennett Clement, who can race his way around the base paths and cut this lead down to just 1. Big chance coming up here for Evan Ulrich.
So the Joes cut the lead in half here in the home half of the third. We'll bring up Evan Ulrich, as we've seen the Joes fight consistently as that one shot. A great diving play by Lopez. Going to be a tough play across his diamond. Won't make it as that throw takes John off the bases, or off the base. And Evan Ulrich on with an infield single.
I think we've seen a good mix-up from the Joes bats today, as we've kind of seen kind of that mix you want of guys going after that first pitch versus guys deciding to kind of extend out their at-bats a little bit longer and run up that pitch count. We've seen both tonight.
Zach Weber up to 10. Saw Stoltz in the mid-40s. As the runner will take off. Ulrich in there in time with another stolen base. We mentioned him not stealing a lot of bases last season and definitely during his college season, but showing off some wheels here in the summer.
Yeah, Ulrich stole 1 base last season, and if I'm not mistaken, that's got to be, what, number 3 or 4 for Evan. Stolen base. It's his second,
number 2.
officially. May have been some wild pitch pass ball stuff, though.
As the fastball pumped by the bat of Grant Miller, who now bats here with runners in scoring position. The Joes having scratched 1 across in the Sam Lowe double. Evan Ulrich single moved low to third. Stole a base, and we'll see a squeeze play. Throw to first in time as the runner, Sam Lowe, comes home to score on the throw to first. So the squeeze play kind of looking like it was going awry, but instead the run comes across, the Joes tie the ball game.
Man, he loves to bunt, doesn't he?
Yeah, that is for sure.
Well executed, though. Well executed squeeze. And Parker Lester, this is high time to get that first hit of the season. You can give your team the lead.
I believe that goes down as a sac bunt RBI, if I'm not mistaken. That one is on the corner. So it won't go down as anything that'll hurt the average for Grant Miller, who already has a single today. But Parker Lester, you mentioned, needing something to get his season going so far. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play that kind of ended the rally in the second for the Joes before Tristan Melvin was able to single to bring one across. That one's set in the left field, hit hard, but right at the glove of Thaman. It will settle under it and make the play. But now for the Joes, scratch two across on a double from Lowe and a sac bunt RBI from Miller. The Joes have tied things up. We're all square at 3. We go to the top half of the fourth inning. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Joe's fans, Chatterbox Sports is your home for high school sports all across Butler County. For live events, exclusive interviews, podcasts, photos, and more, visit chatterboxsports.com. Also follow them on Twitter and Instagram at CBoxSports.
For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has been guided by a spirit of creativity, innovation, collaboration, and love of community. The next time you come to Foundation Field to watch a Hamilton Joes game, do yourself a favor and get yourself an ice-cold Coke. Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Are you switching or looking for a new bank? First Financial Bank is the perfect fit because they put you first. Their 3 goals is to stay flexible to serve your needs, invest in the community financially and personally, and they tailor their services to your needs. First Financial Bank. When it comes to managing your money, they make it easy, fast, and secure.
Come curious and leave inspired. The Fitton Center for Creative Arts isn't just a building, it's an experience. We are a nonprofit community arts organization that has been a part of the Hamilton community for over 20 years. Visit us soon to see what we have to offer. Learn something new in one of our art classes or workshops that are open to students of all ages. Be enthralled by extraordinary musicians, actors, and dancers at one of our live performances. Stroll through our remarkable art galleries or reserve one of our diverse venues for your special event. Become a part of the Fitton Center and redefine the way you experience the arts in Hamilton.
New pitcher on the mound here, the top half of the fourth. Blake Griffin on the mic, brought to you by All Wealth here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Joined to my right by Luke Westpoli, who's got some information on Dawson Hall, our new pitcher for the Hamilton Joes.
Yeah, Dawson Hall out of the University of Minnesota making his second appearance. He pitched 3 innings in the start on opening day against the Zenith Scouts. Gave up 1 hit, no runs, walked 1, struck out 3 in 10 batters faced. So pretty solid stuff from Dawson in his first appearance.
He'll face 7, 8, 9 of his Steam's order. It'll be Scott Barnes and Thaman, 2 of which have reached via the hit off of Nate Dome. This bottom part of the order been productive for the Steam. 5 through 9 have produced all the runs so far. And The 0-2. Set in the right field. Grant Miller going to field it on the 2-hop, 3-hop. Garrett Scott, Scott reaching for the first time. Had the sack bunt his first time up.
Yeah, it's Scott's first hit of the season. After the sacrifice pushed the runners up to second and third his last time up.
We'll bring up Harrison Barnes. And the first pitch to him going to be on the outside corner. Squared the bunt, did Barnes, who had the double down the left field line. That brought home 2 runs in the second. We talk about sharing famous names. I share a name, obviously, with Blake Griffin, who is an NBA player, but Harrison Barnes, also an NBA player, I believe has a ring with the Golden State Warriors. The 0-1 swung right through. Part of that big 2015 team for the Warriors. Grew up around the Bay Area, so kind of a Warriors fan, but my allegiance does go up to the Kings of Sacramento, as that was where I was born. Tough life. Should have stick with the Warriors, that's for sure. No balls, 2 strikes to the lefty Harrison Barnes, as Dawson Hall looks for his first punch out. And it won't get it on that one. That was a pretty pitch on the outside corner. Evan Ulrich, I suppose, not able to bring that across the zone enough for the umpire's liking. One, 2. Check swing. They'll say yes, he did. And that'll be a first strikeout of the game for Dawson Hall.
Yeah, he got Scott up to 2 strikes before giving up that single. So good to see Hall recover with that big strikeout, and now a chance to maybe get out of the inning.
They definitely brought Dawson Hall in for a reason. This is another lefty in the Steam lineup. That one is in the dirt. Good block by Evan Ulrich, who has been a real wall for the Joes. Tommy Thaman, a Tiffin product, just down the road from the hometown of Cincinnati. Only your AFC champion Bengals. As we get a big off move.
Got a couple Tiffin Dragons all over the place. Got a couple on the, got one on the Joe's team, got one here on the Steam.
Dragon's one of my favorite mascots, that's for sure.
You got a cool one.
Yeah. As that one will miss downstairs. 2-0. Thaman, who singled in the second, did not bring home an RBI, however. It was left stranded at third. Did steal a base, though. Runner takes off. That's going to be it on the ground to Brazier. The only play will be over to first on a hit and run. That goes sort of the way of the Joes, but breaks up the double play and flips the lineup over for the Steam.
To the top of the order, the second baseman, Adam Schneider.
Three unassisted for Thaman, as Scott will move down to second. And Dawson Hall, 1 pitch away from getting out of his first inning. Have to go through Adam Schneider, who is hitless but has an RBI, as that one is on the outside corner. Schneider, a junior. We mentioned him going to NKU. It's the 0-1. Hit on the ground. Sam Lowe will field it on the knee. Fired over to Brazier in time. And a big 0 for the Joes here in the fourth. Nothing doing for the Steam in the top half. We'll go to the home half of the fourth here at Foundation Field. All tied up at 3. You're watching the Hamilton Joes All Wealth Broadcast Network.
Kettering Health Hamilton at Fort Hamilton Hospital, founded in 1929, is dedicated to providing Butler County with community-focused health care. With skilled specialists and cutting-edge technology, they feature advanced wound care, emergency care with a Level 3 trauma center, heart and vascular care, maternity care, and orthopedics and joint replacement. Visit them at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-867-2000 for all of your healthcare needs.
Four-Star Mechanical is your one-stop shop for all things heating, ventilation, air conditioning.
Bottom half of the fourth, going to see Cal Brazier, Tristan Melvin, and Caden Konzak, 8-9-1 for the Joes. We mentioned the Steam bottom half of the order doing some work for production. The Joes bottom half of the order has been relatively good, with Ulrich coming around to score, Miller with a single, Brazier reaching base, and Tristan Melvin with an RBI as well. All knotted up at threes here at Foundation Field. Zach Weber still on the mound. That one almost comes in and hits Brazier again. Talked about it in the break. Brazier, very large, imposing batter at the plate. He's 6'2", 220. We talked about some Dragons. Kyle Brazier, Tiffin product himself, as that one will catch the inside corner.
Tiffin's got a solid Division II program up there in Northwest Ohio.
The 1-2 swung on and missed by Cal Brazier. That'll be strikeout number one for Weber. And rather, first strikeout of the game for the Steam in general. Comes to Cal Brazier here in the fourth. Bring up Tristan Melvin, who swung at the first pitch he saw and does so here. Right back to Weber, who gloves it, flips it over to first base. One pitch, one out to retire Melvin for 2 outs in the fourth. But here comes the top of the order for the Joes. Konzak will hunt his first hit and try to get some 2-out rally going for the Joes. Konzak a 4-3 put out in the first as the slider breaks on the outside corner, finds the outside corner. And the pop out to the third baseman, Buzeo, his last time up. That coming at an unfortunate time for the Joes, as I believe the bases were loaded. No, they were not. Just 2 runners on. But the 1-1 to Konzak. He swung on and missed. Weber's come in and been very good so far at least putting that slider where it needs to be.
Yeah, and he's been stable for the most part.
Joe's came
for
in
the Steam.
and tagged him a little bit, but was able to get out of the inning when it could have been worse for the Steam.
Yeah, and only one of the runs is going to be credited to him.
But the 2-2. Again, shot foul at the plate. 25th pitch of the outing for Zach Weber, as he's 1 1/3 innings into his outing so far. The 2-2, gonna miss off the plate. A good mix of walks and hits for the Joes, as we've seen 2 walks, a hit batter, along with the 6 hits on the scoreboard. As that one's hit up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Schneider with Konzak's speed, who maybe slipped a little bit out of the box. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, still tied at 3. We're moving along here at Foundation Field. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
If you're looking for an industry leader in all things related to windows and doors, look no further than L.E. Schofield Window and Door Co. With over 7 decades of experience in providing window and door repair and replacement services, as well as glass, screens, and other products, you can count on them to get the job done right the first time around. Call them today at 513-863-8932.
Woman owned and family operated, M&G Body Shop has a honest and dependable staff that has over 30 years of experience bringing cars back to life. M&G Body Shop can get your car back safely on the road, providing a wide variety of services including bodywork, frame adjustment, painting, total loss evaluation, window and glass repair, collision repair, alignment, insurance claim reports, and paintless dent repair, and more. Visit M&G Body Shop at 12018 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati or call them up at 513-851-9056.
Top of the 5th inning, still tied at 3. Blake Griffin joined by Luke Westpoli here at Foundation Field as the Joes look to hunt down another W. We'll bring Gabriel Lopez to the plate. 2-3-4 for the Joes, or for the Steam rather. Lopez, who is 0 for 2. Strikeout, fly out. We'll face Dawson Hall this time for the first time. Gabriel Lopez out of Maryville College as he chops that one. Be fielded by Parker Lester. Will fire that one over in the chest of Cal Brazier. That one had some definite velo on that one across the diamond. Came in, took it from Patrick, and hummed that one over for the first out.
Yeah, the guys put some extra work in before the game. Lester was one of those guys on ground balls after quite a few errors by the Joes in the early games.
As Buzea will foul that one. Still holding it at the plate, not knowing how he kind of fouled that one off. A little confused as he was trying to check a swing, but goes down to the count 0-1. Will now go down 0-2. Yeah, you mentioned getting some early work in. As the interns roll up at 4 o'clock, that's 3 hours before game time. And when I came, some guys were already out here taking ground balls. So really committed on this Joe's side to make less errors. And you love to see that out of a team. So that one will come in and hit Buzeo on the shoulder. So a 2-out hit batter. You'd like to have that one back if you're Dawson Hall. Kind of just slipped out of his hand. Try to come onto the inside corner. Buzeo taking his time, as that one probably going to sting for a day or so, but luckily not a lefty, not throwing that with that left arm. Speaking of lefties, William John, first baseman for the Steam, left-handed batter, 1 for 2 on the day, will face Dawson Hall for the first time. Runner takes off. Having a tough time getting out of his glove on that one, and Buzeo will take the base. Mentioned Buzeo, the top of this Steam team in stolen bases. Came in with 4 and has swiped 2 bags already in this game, moving his total to 6. It's the 1-1 chopped foul. The Steam, who have stolen 13 bases coming into today. Thought that was quite a lot till we looked at our stolen base total. We're up to 18 and have been caught twice. I haven't counted how many we have in this game already, which obviously has not been counted into our stats. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the inside corner, 2-2. Trying to come in with that fastball in the inner third to get the strikeout is Dawson Hall. Was unsuccessful against Buzeo as he ran in and got him on the shoulder and almost got John on that one. 2-2 right back up the middle. Bennett Clement going to have to field it on the backhand. They'll wave Buzeo around. The throw will come into the shortstop. No play at home, as that will be run number 4 for the Steam, and they grab the lead right back in the top of the 5th. So John grabs his second hit of the day. This time grabs an RBI with it. As Brazier comes in to score, brings up Luke Hewitt. As that pitch will miss off the plate, 1-0. No double play yet for the Joes in the game. Would love to see an inning ender right here. Luke Hewitt, who has yet to put a ball in play, has been walked twice. Walked in the second, came around to score in that big 3-run inning for the Steam, and then walked in the third. Less stranded at first base. A 1-0. Going to get away from Ulrich and go to the backstop as he had to jump, come out of his crouch, and save that one. Another wild pitch for the Joes, who lead the GLSCL in wild pitches. Not a stat you want to lead in if you're the Joes staff. But 2-0 to Hewen. As the double play opportunity comes off the board. And a time call from Hewen. Hewen, who we mentioned at the top of the broadcast in his first at-bat, is leading this Steam team in averages. I believe they'll call a balk on that one. I have to watch that back, see what exactly he did. But I'm pretty sure that's the first balk call we've seen.
On the Joes side.
On the Joes side, yeah.
Yeah, there was a balk call yesterday on Licking County that brought in a run.
Dawson all grooves that one on the outside corner for strike number one. The Joes will bring the infield in after one run has already come across for the Steam here in the top half. They've regained the lead, now leading 4-3. But if you could circle one thing that the Joes pitching staff has been phenomenal at, it's been balks and strikeouts. As the 2-1 also blown by him. Dawson Hall maybe in a little bit of a groove now. Pitching with his back up against the wall, so to speak. Looking for another strikeout. Already has one on the day. The 2-2, going to miss upstairs. We've seen full counts all around on both sides, with Dome falling victim to a couple and Stoltz falling victim to a couple himself before both of them being relieved. Now a full count here, 3-2 with one out. Gets the swinging strike, 3. Big punch out for Dawson Hall. Puts 2 outs on the board. Strikeout number 2. And strikeout number 4 is a staff, as they work towards that big number of 11. Two outs, shot in the left field. Konzak ranging to his left, and that's just fair. Losing the ball out in left field is Konzak, as Freeze will reach second. That's being thrown away. Brazier will field it. Will throw the ball to third, and the tag will be applied in time. A wacky play all the way around brings one run across for the Steam on the RBI double from Freeze, who tried to stretch it to 3 after a bit of a miscue from Konzak. We're ready to end at the top of the 5th, but we'll be right back with the home half of inning number 5. 5-3 our score. The Joes chasing 2. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Are your clothes still dirty after going through the wash? Is your fridge failing to keep things cold? Pate Appliance Service offers superior home appliance repair in Hamilton, Ohio, so you can get on with your day-to-day activities. They are a family-owned company offering fast and reliable appliance repairs. Their skilled service technicians work on a wide variety of brands and home appliances, providing quality repairs on everything from dishwashers to microwaves. Go to their location at 780 South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard or contact them at 513-285-3519. Planet Fitness strives to create a workout environment where everyone feels accepted and respected. That's why at Planet Fitness Hamilton, Ohio, we take care to make sure our club is clean and welcoming, our staff is friendly, and our certified trainers are ready to help. Whether you're a first-time gym user or a fitness veteran, you'll always have a home in our judgment-free zone.
Bottom of the fifth here in Hamilton, Ohio. GLSCL matchups kind of heating up. The Steam took the lead in the top half of the fifth inning. Put two across to take the lead 5-3. Zach Weber still on the mound for the Cincinnati Steam. Will face Clement Patrick and Lowe as he climbs into his second trip through this Joe's order. Clement, who is 1 for 1, came around to score his last time up. That's going to be chopped to third. Buzeo coming in, firing across the diamond in time. And one pitch went out to retire Clement.
That was a seed over there from Blake Buzeo at third.
The shortstop, Andrew Patrick.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those from the third baseman in this game. It seems like they're kind of letting the arms hang over there at third base.
They're competing for the same job with each other, so both Miami Redhawks going to be competing for that job next year.
Little anything you can do, I can do better type of action. We'll bring up Sam Lowe, the shortstop, or rather Andrew Patrick, or the shortstop. I get him confused as Sam Lowe played shortstop yesterday. But Patrick with a double in the first. Looking to keep that momentum going here in the fifth inning. The Joes trailing. And that'll be fouled to the backstop. Patrick, the first batter that Weber saw. He came in with Clement over at first base. Popped out to third, or first base rather. Sam Lowe then came up with an RBI double, and Grant Miller later a sac bunt single, or sac bunt RBI. So that one's chopped foul. But 6 hits for the Joes. We love to see the 6 in the hit column, but just need a couple of more runs in the run column. Got to string some of those together, as the Joes finished with 6 hits yesterday. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zach Weber looking for back-to-back Joes to be put down. And Andrew Patrick looking to start something for the Joes. And we'll do that. We'll take a little bruise over to first base. But we'll reach for the second time today. Put a 1-out base runner for the Joes. Bring up Sam Lowe, who brought home Bandit Clement in the third. That coming on a hit and run. Gone absolutely perfect. Hit into right center field, went past one of the Steam outfielders as Patrick takes off. The throw, not in time. So Patrick steals a base. And puts himself in a scoring position here with 1 out. A great RBI opportunity for Sam Lowe to collect 2 in this game. He did so off Zach Weber last time. Andrew Patrick, a large lead. Trying to time everybody up, as that's going to be a time call to the plate by Sam Lowe, taking a long time. Patrick really in his head out there at second.
Yeah, and Lowe knew exactly what to do right there. You got to mess with him on the mound as much as you can.
Especially the guy he took into the right center gap the last time up. Want him to be That one's sent to the right-hand side. Snyder going to field it. Flip over to first for out number 2, but Patrick will reach over to third base. That stolen base kind of coming up clutch for the Joes. Will extend the inning instead of it being a 4-6-3 double play. Bring up Evan Ulrich. Ulrich 1 for 1. Had that infield single in the third. Walked in the second. Came around to score on the Tristan Melvin RBI. As that one will miss low. Hit the ball rather hard his last time up did Evan Ulrich. That coming against Zach Weber. But it was a great play in the gap by Gabe Lopez. Probably saving a run. That one's hit again to Gabe Lopez. Throw across the diamond in time to retire Ulrich and leave Patrick stranded at third base. So nothing doing for the Joes. One left stranded. Will bring us to the top of the 6th inning. Steam coming up to bat. 5-3 our score. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Queen City Hospice is your local, independently owned and operated center that is dedicated to providing patient-centered care and support to residents of the greater Cincinnati area in whatever place they call home. We understand that our staff is the most important aspect of our organization, and that is why we hire only the most qualified and compassionate individuals in the industry. This is why
Hungry Joe's fans, stop by Richard's Pizza before, during, or after the Hamilton Joes game. Order a pizza that was voted #1 best pizza in Butler County, or order one of their famous Italian steak sandwiches at Richard's Pizza, located on 417 Main Street. You can order online or stop by Richard's Pizza for your next delicious meal.
Top of the 6th inning, Blake Griffin joined by Luke Westpoli as the Cincinnati Steam are up on the Joes 5-3. Saw the Joes almost scratch something back in the bottom of the 5th inning. But Dawson Hall still on the mound, been good so far for the Joes. As that'll come in and be the first strike of the at-bat to Garrett Scott. We barely even got to introduce the last couple of times he's been up, as that one misses on the inside corner. And a sacrifice bunt in the second. Moved the runners over, then eventually gave way to the Harrison Barnes RBI double, 2 RBI double. And then singled in the 4th. Garrett Scott playing right field for the Steam tonight. As the 2-1 set in the left field contact. Take a casual stroll into the left center gap, make the catch for out number 1. And Dawson Hall will retire the leadoff guy in the 6th.
Harrison Barnes.
And bring up Harrison Barnes. Dawson Hall back to working through the lineup for the second time. Came in to face Scott in the 4th inning. Now working through it again. The 0-1 to Harrison Barnes. Swung on and missed. Oh, wow. Foul ball, actually. Took the mask off of Evan Ulrich at the plate. You hate to see that. Parker Lester coming over, making sure he's okay. Just a little pat on the head as Evan Ulrich gives the thumbs up. He'll be okay. Scary moment, though, is someone gets hit off the face, regardless whether you got a mask on or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Lester checking in on his guy. Parker and Evan have been together a lot through the early goings of this season. Parker paints Evan's nails. We saw that yesterday. He gets the nails painted to better show off the signs, and Lester is the guy who paints them.
A special connection between the two guys is wouldn't let any man paint my nails. Has to be a special type of person.
Lester wouldn't let anyone except him paint Ulrich's nails, because Ulrich was starting to paint them himself yesterday, and Lester came up and stopped him and said, I'm the guy who paints your nails, and then he painted them the rest of the way.
The 2-2 checked off at the plate. You love to see that kind of bond between some guys, summer league teams. Definitely leads to better chemistry throughout the whole team and leads to better baseball.
Especially that early in the season, too.
Exactly. The 2-2. Fouled off Ulrich again at the plate. He's getting beat up in this at-bat. I think that one got him off the right hand, and this one is going to lead to a trip from the trainer as Evan Ulrich smashes his helmet on the ground. We're going to take a short break as Evan Ulrich will be treated at the dish by the trainer. You're watching the All Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Short break indeed, as Evan Ulrich kind of just telling the trainer, I'm good, go back in the dugout. But has been beat up in this at-bat, that's for sure. Dawson Hall trying to punch out Harrison Barnes for back-to-back innings, or trips to the plate. Run the count full. Pitch number 40 coming here from Dawson Hall. 3-2. In there, rung him up, caught him looking. Paints the inside corner for out number 2. Harrison Barnes down on strikes for the second time today. We'll bring the 9-hole Thingman up with 2 outs in the 6th. A good gritty at-bat from the battery mates out there on the field, getting the victory in that regard. The first pitch ripped just past the outstretched glove of Brazier. That'll roll into the right field corner. Miller still trying to get there. The ball will come in to second at Sam Lowe. And a 2-out triple for Tommy Thayman, coming out hunting on Dawson Hall.
Yeah, that one was absolutely ripped. Maybe a little bit of a chance for Brazier at first, but a tough reaction play. And that one pulled down the line, landed just in fair territory, about a foot or so to the left of the line, on all the way into the corner. Took a little while for Miller to kind of pick that one off the fence. And a 2-out triple for Tommy Thayman.
That'll flip the lineup over. Adam Schneider with 1 strike on him. And Dawson Hall really just 1 pitch away, kind of can just chalk that one up to a missed spot. As that one he fouled back to the netting. 0-2. He's got his lefty. And Schneider, who is 0 for 3. 2 ground outs to second base and a pop out to Patrick at short. Trying to add a strikeout to that tally. Long pause, the 0-2. Hit on the ground again to Sam Lowe. Will field it on the run, flip it over to Brazier for out number 3. So a 0 on the board for Dawson Hall. Hopefully looking to keep momentum in the Hamilton dugout as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Joes trailing by 2, 5-3 our score. We'll be right back with the 6th. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
The Robinson Fence Company of Hamilton has been serving the community for over 27 years. Receiving an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, they have been Hamilton's top choice for gating and fencing needs. Give them a visit at 1635 Howell Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-867-0080. At Smoothie King Fairfield, we believe in helping each guest meet their health and fitness goals. That's why our ingredients are chosen carefully, and every one of our blends is crafted purposefully so you can rule the day. We can find the perfect blend for you with whole non-GMO fruits, organic veggies, and no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. We're ready to serve you a healthy meal on the go with contactless pickup and delivery options. Visit us at 8744 Michael Lane in Fairfield, Ohio, or give us a call at 513-829-0824. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose.
Bottom of the sixth inning, back here at Foundation Field, the Joes trail by 2. Just got word from our stat guy that the Joes are in the 6th time of the season that they've trailed after 5. So 2-3 is the record, so 2-3 after 5. As they look to put an end to that kind of streak, get back to 500 in that regard. Will be Grant Miller, Parker Lester, and Cal Brazier. As the first pitch to Miller will be the first ball, a big swinging strike from Grant Miller. 1-1 the count, as they do bring Buzeo even and just a little in front of third base, with Grant Miller having the potential to bunt. Has laid the bunt down earlier in this game. Did also single to right field. So power to all parks, or contact to all parks. Is that one going to clip the inside corner? Grant Miller jumping out of the way of that one. A little interesting. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Zach Weber. Another punch out, that being number 2 for him. And number 2 for the whole Steam team as a whole. Put one out on the board and bring up Parker Lester, who is hitless today. .41 pitches on the outing for Zach Weber, as Parker Lester shoots one on the left-hand side foul. And no arm up in the Steam bullpen, so kind of looking to ride this arm as long as possible are the Steam. That one clips the outside corner. Maybe a ball or two off the plate, but 0-2 to Parker Lester. It's his second at-bat against a righty. The 0-2. Swung on a miss, reaching off the plate is Parker Lester. Down on strikes, back-to-back Ks for Zach Weber. Will bring 2 outs. And Cal Brazier to the plate. The Joes reaching a little bit on the last couple of at-bats. Doing Weber a couple of favors on the mound. But Cal Brazier looking to right the ship here with 2 outs in the 6th. A strikeout and a hit by pitch. That one's chopped on the ground to Schneider. Just a couple of hops to him. Will make the play. And a 1-2-3 bottom of the 6th inning for the Joes. And quickly we go to the top of the 7th. 5-3 our score. You're watching the All Wealth Broadcast Network.
Story Point Fairfield isn't just a place to reside. It's a place for residents to truly shine every day. Offering a diverse range of senior living services, our community is designed to suit all resident lifestyles, from highly independent seniors to those who may require day-to-day assistance. Every resident becomes a member of our community. We strive to make sure each moment of each day is something to remember. Whether you need one surface for multiple sports or a sports-specific field build, the Motts Group is here to help. Their experience ranges from professional sports clubs to educational institutions to community complexes, fueling teams with consistent, safe, and reliable fields. Contact them at 513-548-3622 to get your new turf field. Tri-Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is safe and ready for you. Have an injury of some sort? Stop by Tri-Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, located on 3035 Hamilton Mason Road. The physicians and specialists at the Tri-Health Orthopedic and Sports Institute provide a full range of orthopedic care to ensure you don't miss out on a single moment on or off the field.
Joe's fans, In need of insurance? United Heartland Insurance Agency has your back. A consolidation of a number of family-owned independent insurance agencies dating back to 1872, for years they have been protecting the assets of their clients by offering comprehensive and competitive business, personal, and life insurance products. Visit their Hamilton office at 185 North Brookwood Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-896-5555.
Top of the 7th inning. Steam on top of the Joes, 5-3. New pitcher on the mound for the Joes, Sean Perkins, making his second appearance for the Joes. A little bit over out there on Sean Perkins, Luke.
Sean Perkins making his second appearance, as Blake mentioned, for the Joes. Pitched 2 innings on opening night against the Xenia Scouts. Gave up 1 run. Faced 8 batters, walked 1. Did not strike out anyone, but did not give up any hits either. Good enough for a 4.5 ERA through 1 game. Sean Perkins out of Cambridge, Ohio. Plays for the Akron Zips. 6'4", 196. Sophomore. Another tall righty on the mound for the Joes. He will come in to face the beer batter, Gabe Lopez.
Giving the Joes fans something to cheer about here in the 7th. Looking to do some more, does Perkins. That'll come in and plunk him. 1 pitch, and that'll put Gabe Lopez on. So maybe a little bit of some jitters there from Sean Perkins. Runs in and hits Gabe Lopez. We'll bring up Blake Buzeo, who is 1 for 2. Hit by pitch, run scored, stolen base. He's done it all. As that one's fouled out of play.
Once again, if you would retrieve a foul ball hit out of play, please return it to the white 10 along the first baseline. We'll exchange it for a prize.
Cincinnati Steam, 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors. The Joes 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. So have done a good job cleaning up the defensive side, as that one will miss inside. Just needing some more help on the offensive side. I need yesterday's offense and today's defense.
Yep.
As the 1-1 going to be fouled into the netting, 1 and 2. Sean Perkins with no strikeouts in his last appearance. Looking for his first strikeout in a Joe's uni. Coming against Blake Buzeo, the righty, was struck out once already today. And the 1-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Gets the strikeout successfully. Another strikeout for this Joe's staff. The Joes working up to 11 strikeouts as they do every day to put some money towards charity. Luke, a little on that charity.
Yeah, tonight's nonprofit of the game is Serenity Farm and Services Charitable Fund. Serenity Farm and Services is a business that does good while doing well. Their charitable fund was established to raise awareness and education about human trafficking in the community. Let's root on the Joes. Pitchers to 11 strikeouts to benefit tonight's nonprofit of the game.
Really good cause, and the Joes pitchers trying to support that cause. So 1-0 comes into William John. 2 balls, no strikes to John. He was 2 for 3, 2 singles, an RBI. And it was kind of led around the base by the Joe's staff his last time up. A wild pitch and a block moved him over to third base, where he eventually scored. And is now behind the count, 3-0. Sean Perkins taking that long trip around the mound, just trying to collect the thoughts. You got a pickoff move over to keep Lopez close. Gabe Lopez, 1 for 1 on stolen bases. You mentioned the Steam team likes to steal, but won't have to, as that ball is to the backstop off the glove of Evan Ulrich. But ball 4 anyway. And bring Lopez to second and give John his 3rd trip on base today.
The catcher, Luke Allen.
And bring up Luke Howen, who is 0 for 1, just had his first official at-bat of the game his last time up. Struck out in the 5th to Dawson Hall. But has walked twice, came around to score. Was the first one to come across for the Steam in that 3-run second inning. I took a big cut at that one. Perkins blows by the fastball. Lights coming on here at Foundation Field in Hamilton, Ohio. Took us a little while to get those on. It's got a little dark. The lights normally coming on early as the runner takes off to third. The throw up. Good job by Lester to get up and keep that one in the infield. As a double steal was situated from the Steam runners. Let's move runners into scoring position and take the double play off the board.
Yeah, it helps to have a 6'4" third baseman over there on the left side. That throw was high from Ulrich, but a well-executed double steal by the Steam.
The man's got hops over there. It does run in the family, as Parker Lester does have a cousin who plays in the Tigers organization. That one's chopped to Parker Lester just out of the glove. Reach, 2 runs will come across for the Steam as Konzak will field it by the bullpen and ream one back in, but not in time as Luke Hewin has a 2 RBI double.
Steam have done a good job down the lines in terms of hitting today. They've really found their rhythm on both sides up the first and third base lines. They've been able to pull the baseball really well.
They've come right in and kind of punched the Joes in the mouth. Still waiting for us to punch back, as that's the 9th hit of the ball game. Another hit batter for the Steam. That was Max Freeze. Will reach base for the 3rd time. Second hit batter of the inning from Sean Perkins, as 2 runs have come across for the Steam as they've extended this lead up to 4. The score now 7-3, with 1 out in the 7th. And the first pitch to Garrett Scott will miss off the plate and will prompt a mound visit from Evan Ulrich to calm the nerves of Sean Perkins, who has hit 2 batters, walked 1 batter, and given up a 2 RBI double to Luke Hewin. Rather short one from Evan Ulrich, who probably doesn't have to say much to calm the nerves. Just go out there and just give him time to collect himself. It's a lot of the mound visits that I gave. I was like, I always told them, and you know what you're doing wrong. I'm not a pitcher, but I'm just going to come out and give you a second to collect your thoughts. As the 1-0 hit on the ground to Parker Lester. We fielded just left of the third base bag. A foul ball for strike 1. Would have really loved to see that be fair and see Parker Lester step on third, fire one across the diamond to get us out of this inning. But instead, Garrett Scott continue his at-bat, the 1-1 count. As he'll reach at that one in the dirt. Someone sponsor us for the silliest swing of the day, as that one might be it from Garrett Scott. 1 for 2. Single in the 4th, fly out in the 5th, or 6th rather, and a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd. There's the 1-2. Just off the outside corner, not getting that call is Sean Perkins. Even the count at 2-2. Luke Hewin at second, he doubled to get there. Max Freeze over at first, he was just hit by a pitch. And Sean Perkins trying to collect another strikeout on Scott as he tries to bring the breaking ball in there. Looked like Evan Ulrich just kind of got crossed up. Was reaching for that one off the plate, popped out of his glove. Will move runners to second and third and fill the count. Joe's infield will come in and try to cut down the run at the plate. We saw them take infield, outfield, and those throws looked really good. As that one will miss inside. And load the bases for the Steam. Garrett Scott will reach for the second time today. This time via the walk. We'll bring the 7th Steam batter to the plate with 1 out. And the bases loaded. Harrison Barnes will bat for the Steam, and that one will clip the outside corner. Sean Perkins up to 20 pitches in this inning. Giving up just the 1 hit, but has hit 2 batters and walked 2 batters. As we've mentioned, free passes for this Joe's staff, kind of their crux so far. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and the base is loaded for Harrison Barnes. So that one again fouled off Evan Ulrich at the plate. My goodness, he's taking a beating. And he's down a little longer, beating the turf.
Now he's waving the trainer back to the dugout. My goodness.
League should have an Iron Man award.
He's in a lot, like you can just tell he's in a lot of pain down there, but he just does not, he doesn't want to get checked out. He doesn't, because I don't know if he just doesn't want to maybe be told, maybe you should come out of this game. I think he just wants to finish it.
That's always how it was with me. I was like, don't tell me how bad it is till we're done with the game. My adrenaline's wore off, and I can properly deal with it. The 1-2, going to miss off the plate. But, man, he's taken 1 off the leg, a couple off that right hand, and 1 off the face mask that knocked it off. That's a 2-2. Chopped on the ground. We'll go to second for 1 across the diamond. Patrick will pump fake, unable to get the back end of the double play. There's another run will come across for this team, moving the lead to 5. Now 8-3. Ball hit a little too soft to maybe think about getting the double play, but was always a good thought and always trying to get it, but getting the lead runner. And that'll pop the outside corner. So Barnes will reach on the fielder's choice. Scott returns to the dugout after the 4-6 put out. Freeze over there at third base. And Tommy Thaman at the plate. Count now 0-2 to Thaman. As Perkins hunts his second strikeout of the inning, second strikeout of his appearance, as he came in here in the 7th. And has given up 3 runs. Pickoff move probably would have been quite close, but pulled Brazier off the base over there at first. Harrison Barnes, who has not had an opportunity to steal in this game, doubled in the second and struck out in back-to-back at-bats for reaching on the fielder's choice. The 0-2. Swung on a miss, pumped the fastball by him for strikeout number 2 in the inning, ending what was quite a rough inning for the Joes. 3 runs come across for this team as it's stretch time here in Foundation Field. The Joes come up in the bottom half of the 7th, chasing 5. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
The Greater Miami Valley YMCA. When communities get better, the world gets better. Discover how we positively impact the nation and how you can help us, one neighborhood at a time. The Greater Miami Valley Y, your local stop for building a healthy spirit for mind and body for all.
ADG Services is Hamilton and Fairfield's most trusted painting contractors, offering deck staining, sealing, and waterproofing, as well as drywall texturing and exterior and interior painting, as well as many other services. ADG Services is your way to go for all your painting needs. Visit them at 456 Sims Road in Fairfield or give them a call at 513-295-2767. ADG Services, a proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes. All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Got a defensive change for the Cincinnati Steam. Gonna be number 6, Joshua Hedgeman. But at the plate, Tristan Melvin as the Joes trail 5. As we all make that transition in our books. Melvin 1 for 2, had that RBI earlier in the game. As the Joes clawed their way back at the time. One ball, 1 strike to Melvin, who saw one pitch and liked it his first time up, saw one pitch and grounded it back to the pitcher his second time up, and has now seen 3 pitches in this at-bat. But we saw that with Melvin's first start, as he's going to be incredibly aggressive at the plate. This will reach for one up in the zone and swing through it for strike 3. The first out of the 7th. Strikeout number 4 in the game for Zach Weber, and third of the last 4 batters. Turning the card over to the top half of the order for the Joes. Caden Konzak will watch a pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Zach Weber up to 50 pitches, came in the 3rd, and has been great ever since. Gave up a double and a single in that 3rd inning. And was only responsible for 1 of the runs. And that one rings the outside corner, 1-2. Since then, the Joes have only brought 1 batter on base, as it was a hit by pitch to Andrew Patrick, who stole a base and ended up at 3rd. Was left stranded there. So since the 3rd, the Joes have seen 1 base runner. So hard to create some offense when you can't create base runners. The count runs full to Caden Konzak. Caden Konzak will look to reach base for his first time. Couple of 4-3s and a P5. Pop out over to Buzeo. But full count, 3-2. As Konzak will look to reach base. And will do just that. So with a 1-out base runner, the Joes will look to work their way back into this game.
Now there's a pitcher tossing out in the steam pen as you get a brief meeting between Hewen and Weber.
Is a lefty for the Steam. Who started the game off with a lefty in Stoltz, then went to Weber, who's been good. But a 1-out walk will bring Bennett Clement to the plate. He's going to pick off move over there to Konzak. Clement a single in the 1st, a walk in the 3rd, came around to score. And a 5-3 put out in the 5th. We'll sting that one down the right-hand side, but that's going to go foul.
Chase Popplewell out of Mason, Ohio, will be the pitcher in the Cincinnati Steam bullpen.
There's a little right, left, right for the Steam, likely, with a decent amount of lefty sprinkled through this Joes lineup. 1 strike to Bennett Clement as the Joes look to create a little bit of magic like they did yesterday. Leaning over there was Konzak, but able to get back in time as that throw pulled John off the bag.
Popplewell, a teammate of a couple of Joe's players playing at Charleston in the transfer portal. Undecided on where he's going next year.
Runner takes off, fouled ball at the plate. Off the mask of Hewen, as the catchers have taken beatings on both sides now. The Joes yesterday in the 6th and the 7th clawed back from 4 down, scored 4 runs and tied the game at 7. Or 6 rather, tied it at 6. For losing the game a little bit later, gave up 1 in the 9th, and were unsuccessful in the bottom half of the 9th. The Joes have fought back before. Just need a little bit of a spark to get things going here in this one. 0-2, 1 out. Runner takes off again. Ball going to get away from Hewen as it was in the dirt. And Konzak will have a stolen bag. So Konzak reaches for the first time and immediately makes an impact on the bases. Another stolen base for the Joes. I believe that's number 3. It is number 3. So they came in with 18. Bennett Clement will foul that one off. Good to put a runner in scoring position for Bennett Clement, who's been really good with runners in scoring position over the last couple of games. Mentioned moving his hit streak up to 5. Him and Sam Lowe both tied with that tally. The 1-2 on the ground, but will require a 2-3 put out. We'll be over there in time for out number 2. So Clement down on strikes for the first time today. We'll bring up Andrew Patrick, who was 1 for 2 doubled his first time up. Pop out over to John, and a hit by pitch and a stolen base. One of the 3 stolen bases for the Joes in tonight's ball game. Looking to put some energy into that Joes dugout, some energy into this Hamilton crowd. As that's a good breaking ball from Weber. Catches the inside corner.
Patrick 1 for 4, 2 RBIs with runners in scoring position this season.
Looking to make it 2 for 5. Big lead out there from Konzak. A long pause from Weber. Patrick will call time. Saw that earlier with Patrick himself dancing out there at second base. But Zach Weber not biting at all. The 0-1 almost gets away from Hewen. A good job behind the dish to keep that one in front. Eight runs on 9 hits for the Cincinnati Steam. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Hamilton Joes. As that one will be swung on in the dirt. Looking for a couple more in that hit column. Propelled this Joes team to a bit of a comeback. I've seen them come back twice this season and tie the game late. The 1-2, right back up the middle, but a sliding play to Schneider. Patrick will beat it out. A crazy play all around. A great play from Adam Schneider at second, who had to make kind of a sliding play to his right. John was off the bag, as I think he thought that one was up the middle.
Yeah, John was asleep there as Schneider made a great play to stop that one up the middle, and then wanted to throw to first, but he had to pump because there was nobody covering the bag. John was still standing out back behind first base. So an infield single there. Great play by Adam Schneider. Unfortunately, the Steam can't convert. The inning stays alive.
Bring up Sam Lowe. As he'll send that one back to Weber. We'll flip it over to first. 1 pitch to retire the side for the Joes. The Joes threaten bringing a runner to third. We'll leave him there as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Getting late here at Foundation Field. 8-3 our score. The Steam on top. We'll be right back with more Joes action on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations. At Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, we don't just care for the recently departed. We serve those who held them most dearly. Our families have known since 1935 that they can count on our honest and respectful staff to provide only the highest level of service. The kind of service
Top of the 8th, Blake Griffin joined by Luke Westpoli here in the Foundation Field press box. Top of the 8th, Steam on top, 8-3. As we get a new pitcher on the mound, Clay Badalak, who you'll notice from the Joes starting lineup a couple of times to start this season. Getting his first appearance on the mound. We'll face Adam Schneider. Clay, who we believe is a two-way. Not 100% confirmed. So from everybody,
Coaches,
Cut 4 fan.
yeah, coaches did want to put him in a game to pitch. I know at least that much. So he pitched 1 1/3 innings for Frontier Community College this past season.
As that'll be swung on a miss from Schneider. Saw Walker Bridges come in and have himself an inning earlier this week. So the Joes privy to those two-ways type of guys. The 2-1 in there for strike 2.
Yeah, Ryan Finnerty was quick to stop me when I said that they were pitching a lot of position players, because he said Walker is a true two-way, not really a position player pitching as much as, you know, he's just a pitcher that can also play out in the field. He is a real two-way type of guy.
Badalek has got some time in college, so we'll consider him a two-way. The 3-2 ripped into right field. Going back is Miller. Making the catch on the run is Grant Miller. And a 6-pitch out number 1. Schneider goes down for the 5th time today. A little tough day at the plate for him.
We'll
bring up Gabriel Lopez.
Gabriel Lopez, make some noise!
One out to Gabriel Lopez, your resident beer batter for the game. That one's chopped foul. If there's been anything to cheer about for the Joes fans, it's been the beer batter.
Yes, it has been.
Just the one strikeout on the card for Lopez. As the 1-2 will pump that outside corner. Lopez technically over, but was hit by a pitch in the 7th by Sean Perkins, who eventually came around to score. And that'll ring him up. The beer batter goes down looking. So $1 off beers for the rest of the inning. And more importantly, out number 2 here in the 8th. I have to check what's the tally for the Joes staff so far. Are we close to that little nonprofit.
Looks like 8 now in the game, and Battle-Ack is looking really, really solid here.
That curveball was probably the grossest one I've seen in a long time. As the 0-1 off the outside corner.
He's got some velo on him, too.
Calling for Ottawa University. You don't see a lot of curveballs. As head coach Gabe Griner loves the sliders. That one's buried in the dirt. A couple of guys with some pretty good curveballs, but that one almost jumped and broke right off, snapped right off for the first strike of the at-bat. But Clay Battle-Ack has fallen behind Buzeo at the plate, 3-1 with 2 outs in the 8th. The Steam trailing, or the Joes trailing to the Steam by 5, as that will be the first walk issued by Battle-Ack. So Buzeo will reach for the 3rd time today, as he has been a threat on the base paths for the Steam. He's stolen 2 bases already today, moving his season tally to 6. Have to check the league stats, but I think that's leading the league in stolen bases, I would have to assume. 6 feels like a large tally, as the runner's going to take off again. Sort of a pitch out, but not in time, as another stolen base for Buzeo moves his tally to now 7 on the season and 3 in this game. Ball was in there, was a strike to William John.
Yeah, and that 7 now puts him in first place, sole possession over
Trey Rucker.
Trey Rucker from Southern Ohio.
That was crushed in the left field. Going back is Konzak, making a play over his shoulder for out number 3. So some dazzling plays in the outfield for the Joes throughout this game. Will end the inning and hang a 0 on the board. We'll be right back. 8-3 our score for the bottom half of the 8th inning. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Carefree Heating and Cooling is an AC service in Hamilton, Ohio you can trust. When you are looking for a quick AC repair in Hamilton, Ohio, turn to the professionals at Carefree Heating and Cooling. With a name for completing the work correctly the first time, you can rely on our quality service to get your AC system working like it should. When you need air conditioning fast, call us at 513-268-5164, or you can also contact us online at Carefree Heating and The Casual Pint is a community and neighborhood craft beer spot located in Hamilton that provides a vast selection of the best craft beers the region has to offer. They also offer a great selection of food options from appetizers to entrees, so if you just need a snack while you socialize or want to enjoy lunch or dinner, they have something that will hit the spot. Go online and order at hamilton.thecasualpint.com or go to their location located on 130 Riverfront Plaza. That is 130 Riverfront Plaza in Hamilton, Ohio. Proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Joes fans, Chatterbox Sports is your home for high school sports all across Butler County. For live events, exclusive interviews, podcasts, photos, and more, visit chatterboxsports.com. Also follow them on Twitter and Instagram at CBoxSports.
For over 100.
Bottom of the 8th inning. As we are back at Foundation Field, Blake Griffin joined by Luke West-Poley in the broadcast box. Luke, it's been a little rough today. The pitching has been good. Defense has been better than it's been, but the bats have just not come around.
Yeah, it came alive kind of a little bit early for the Joes, and then we just kind of waited for a continuation of that, and things just kind of sputtered out. But now's the time to do it. You got 6 outs left to work with.
The new pitcher on the mound is Evan Ulrich. Will pop that one straight up.
Once again, if you retrieve a foul ball,
Will be Chase Popplewell, who is undecided about where he's going next year, out of Mason, Ohio, as we mentioned. Saw him warm up in the
thank you.
bullpen. Not sure if we have an official college of where he's from.
He was from Charleston
Charleston.
before that.
As that one's fouled off. So 0-2 to Evan Ulrich, who looks for his second hit of the ball game. Will again foul that one off.
Popplewell at Mason High School. Mason, of course, an important part of the Cincinnati baseball scene. The Comets have a great program, made the state semis this year, and then, of course, it's home to the always great Prasco Park, where they host the Big East Championships and the GMAC Championships, and also the GLSCL All-Star Game later this summer will be at Prasco.
That'll be a fun day. 0-2 catching that outside corner. Ulrich go down looking as Popplewell drops that one on the outside corner for strike 3.
The right fielder, Grant Miller.
So Popplewell comes in and retires the first batter he sees on strikes. And strikeouts have kind of popped up with regularity over the last 2 and some odd innings. As the first pitch to Grant Miller will miss upstairs. With the strikeout to Ulrich, that's the 5th strikeout in the last 2 1/3 innings. With Zach Weber kind of finding the groove himself before being replaced with Popplewell. We'll find that inside corner 1-1. Grant Miller, who was 1 for 2, singled in the second, had a sac bunt RBI. As we get a bit of a warning over to the Joes dugout, as the zone has not been entirely consistent, but again, these guys have to have some respect for getting back there with some rowdy fans. As that one will miss off the plate. Not for us, no rowdy fans for us. You know, no fans that are disrespectful here in Hamilton. But you know, you never know on the road. The 2-1. Gonna miss upstairs to Grant Miller. So Grant Miller looking for another trip on today. Mentioned he had the single in the second, but has not reached base since. Would love to do so. Maybe start a little rally here in the 8th for the Joes. 3-1. Foul back.
Everybody clap your hands.
We're all 65 at the time of you guys tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. This will be the last game of the streak of games we've had for the Joes. They'll get 2 days off before heading to Xenia next week, as that one will miss off the plate. As we mentioned, Luke Westpoli will have that one for you in Xenia, as I will be back home watching my little brother graduate high school. Grant Miller will walk, and Parker Lester will come up to the plate, look to get something going for himself in the 8th. 1 out, and the Joes trailing by 5. It was 0 for 3. A 4.63 of F7 to K on the day. So hit that one back to Schneider. They'll go to second for 1 across the diamond. Not in time. Parker Lester beating out the back end. Showing off some of that speed. Able to prolong this inning for the Joes.
Yeah, Lester's just had a lot of choppers in his at-bats throughout
First baseman.
the early part of this season, the first week of the season. He's hitting a couple double plays and was close there, but beat it out with the speed.
It always takes the smallest thing to break a slump. We mentioned a broken bat bleeder or just something to get through, something to look better in the hit column, as that one's ripped into right center field. It'll be a tough play, and that will drop. Parker Lester motoring around. Going to be a tough play at third. That'll get away. Parker Lester will come in to score. As Cal Brazier able to reach base into one in the right center field. Lester comes around to score, and we scratch one more across for the Joes. 8-4 now the score. Bring up Tristan Melvin. Maybe that little bit of momentum the Joes need.
It's a big at bat for Melvin. I mean, 3 is within reach. You think about in 1 inning. If you're able to put a single out there and score Brazier from second, it's a whole new ball game.
So a single for Brazier. And the throwing error on the right fielder, Garrett Scott. That one will pop away. Brazier not going to move up there at second, not far enough. As he wasn't able to recover it in time. Tristan Melvin, an RBI himself on the day. Coming in the second inning when the Joes were starting their climb back, chasing 3 at the time. Were able to do so before things got a little out of hand for the Joes. The 1-0. Gonna miss off the plate. As the game's gotten a little longer, Melvin's been a little bit more selective with what he's swung at. Only saw 2 pitches in his first 2 at-bats, with one of them an RBI double, or single rather. And so climb ahead in the count, 3-0. Caden Konzak in the on-deck circle as the Joes trying to show some life here in the 8th. Already 1 run across. As that one will miss. Brazier will move to third. That'll go to the backstop. Melvin will reach for the second time today. And it does seem like something's brewing for the Joes here.
This is another big at-bat. Good walk worked by Tristan Melvin. And now we'll maybe get a test of Melvin, actually probably not with 2 outs, but we'll see. But nonetheless, big stuff coming up here for Caden Konzak, looking for his first hit on the day. Worked the walk his last time up.
Would be a huge spot for Konzak to get something rolling at the top of this lineup. Rips that one. Well foul. A couple of oohs and ahs in the press box for sure, as that one looked like he was definitely on top of it, just yanked it foul.
I'm really interested about this response, though, from Popplewell. How's this next pitch going to look?
Popplewell, the lefty. Big leg kick. Melvin off with the pitch. That's going to be set in the left field. Thaman having to move very little. Able to camp under it, make the catch in time for out number 3. So the Joes scratch 1 across and move the lead to 8-4. We go to the top of the 9th. Joes looking for another 0 on the board. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Are you switching or looking for a new bank? First Financial Bank is the perfect fit because they put you first. Their 3 goals is to stay flexible to serve your needs, invest in the community financially and personally, and they tailor their services to your needs. First Financial Bank. When it comes to managing your money, they make it easy, fast, and secure.
Come curious and leave inspired. The Fitton Center for Creative Arts isn't just a building, it's an experience. We are a nonprofit community arts organization that has been a part of the Hamilton community for over 20 years. Visit us soon to see what we have to offer. Learn something new in one of our art classes or workshops that are open to students of all ages. Be enthralled by extraordinary musicians, actors, and dancers at one of our live performances. Stroll through our remarkable art galleries or reserve one of our diverse venues for your special event.
Kettering Health Hamilton at Fort Hamilton Hospital, founded in 1929, is dedicated to providing Butler County with community-focused health care. With skilled specialists and cutting-edge technology, they feature advanced wound care, emergency care with a Level 3 trauma center, heart and vascular care, maternity care, and orthopedics and joint replacement. Visit them at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-867-2000 for all of your healthcare needs.
Top of the 9th inning, new pitcher on the mound, going to be Dane Hall, who I believe is also making his second appearance of the season. Be Hewan Freeze and Hedgeman, if Hedgeman comes back up. Did come in for Scott back a couple innings ago. Defensively, we will see if he gets an at-bat in place of Garrett Scott here in the 9th. Luke Hewitt will get things going here in the top half of the ninth against Dane Hall. The first pitch will be to the backstop. Dane Hall, very big, call him Big Hall, which does a bit of a disservice to Dawson Hall, who we saw earlier in this game. Dawson Hall 6'4", Dane Hall 6'6", with about 50 to 70 pounds between the two of them, at least on the roster. Dawson Hall does look like he's probably a little heavier than 170 than it says on the roster.
That's pretty skinny for a, what is he, 6'4"?
6'4", yeah.
170.
So that'll be to the backstop 2-1 off the umpire as well. Yeah, might have lowballed it. You never know if he stepped on a scale or not. Some of the guys definitely did, as there's some exact numbers, like 186, 222 or something like that, 196 from Sean Perkins. So definitely got that one right off the scale. 2-1 to Luke Hewitt. So that one will be links in the left field right to Konzak, who will field it on a couple hops and throw that one in. Hewitt with his second hit of the ball game, the last one being a big 2-out or 1-out RBI double in the seventh, that big seventh inning that brought 3 runs across for the Steam. So a leadoff base runner here in the ninth for the Steam. And Luke Hewitt. We got Max Freeze with nobody out and runner on first. We'll check his swing. They'll say no swing on that.
Dane
Freeze
Hall.
with the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dane Hall pitched in that 4th inning. Only pitched a third of an inning against the Zenith Scouts on opening day. He gave up 4 earned runs. It's his only appearance so far.
When you hear 4th inning and you hear pitcher, it's kind of a not great sign as a Joe's pitcher, but did get out of the 4th inning very clean today, just the one base runner. It was the other innings that we had some trouble with. As the count moves to 3-0 on Max Freeze. 1 in the second, 2 in the 5th, and 3 in the 7th. Have brought 8 runs home for the Steam. That clips the inside corner. 8 runs on 10 hits, no errors. The Joes 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Glad to see that 0 in the error column. As the Steam have come in and hit the baseball very well against the Joes staff that's come into the season very confident about where they stand in the GLSCL. But the Steam definitely coming in. We knew they were going to come in and swing the bats well, as they led the GLSCL in average with 275 being that mark. And they have done just that. Come in, put up 10 hits on the defending champions. He's reaching into that one. They'll give him the base. He leant into that one, I would think.
Would have been ball 4.
Well, if you get the leaning in,
Yeah, but
you get the strike 3. But I think it was just kind of a gut reaction on that one to just kind of move. I love to see umpires just kind of not be too picky or choosy about that one. Is that can get pretty bad. I've seen a couple of umpires who have called guys back to the plate after not moving, and it's like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to jump and dance or what?
Yeah, I think sometimes also it's just a gut reaction to move in whichever direction you can just first think of when you see the ball coming at you.
But 2 runners on and nobody out for Garrett Scott. Or rather, I believe Hedgeman. Sorry, Hedgeman. Joshua Hedgeman, batting out of the left-hand side of the box. Came in defensively, gets his first at-bat of the game. The 1-0. Swung on a missed from Hall. Hedgeman making his 4th appearance, 9 at-bats, 2 hits, an RBI and a walk, and 2 stolen bases for the Steam so far. Steam playing their 4th game of the season. A little bit behind the Joes as they had a couple of rainouts and a bit of venue sort of troubles as they had to play 2 games at McBride Stadium earlier this week. But are 2-1 and in a position to move themselves to 3-1 as the 2-1 is cut on a miss from Garrett Scott. And Dane Hall hunting for his first strikeout. Would be strikeout number 8 or 9 or 10 for the Joe staff as they still hunt that 11 strikeouts for the nonprofit. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Garrett Scott. Breaking ball going to miss off the plate. Hewen at second. He reached on the single. Freeze at first. He was just hit by a pitch moments ago. Now the full count offering. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout for Dane Hall. His first on the night. Will be out number 1 here in the 9th inning.
The center fielder.
Yeah, good job to battle back there from Dane. Gets himself back into the at-bat, now back into the game with that 1 out after giving up the single and the hit by pitch early.
Big jumping lead out there at second from Hewen as Harrison Barnes will call time. Barnes, who broke things up and open early for the Steam as he doubled in the second. That brought home 2 runs. The Steam put 3 across in that inning to jump out to an early lead. As the first pitch he sees will miss off the plate. Joes battled their way back. 1 run in that bottom half and then 2 runs in the third before the wheels kind of fell off for the Joes and 5 runs came across in the next couple of innings. And here we stand 8-4. The Steam with 2 runners on and 1 out and a 2-out count to Harrison Barnes. Dane Hall, who has come in this inning, has given up a hit and a hit batter, but has struck out the last batter he faced in Hedgeman, looking to trend in the right direction, and finds the outside corner on that breaking ball.
Good pitch there from Dane. Looks like a sliding type action as it caught that outside corner.
When there's nothing else you can do, just pump strikes. End of the day, that's all it comes down to. Easier said than done. 2-1 on that outside corner, going to miss off the plate. And 3-1 now the count to Harrison Barnes, who has reached twice. We mentioned that double. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 7th. The 3-1. Hit high into the air and out into the parking lot. Another full count for Dane Hall. They'll look to record back-to-back strikeouts. As he'll step off, take his time. You can really almost see the humidity on the lights out there. The air looks a little thick as that one will miss off the plate. And that'll prompt a meeting at the mound.
The left fielder, Tommy Thaman.
There is a pitcher warming up for the Joes in the bullpen. It's not as big a deal as you would think to bring a guy in this late with those 2 off days coming up. As long as that pitcher out there would be able to keep that pitch count low and just kind of shut the door here in the 9th. You got a couple of off days to regroup. It looks like it might be Jacob Beal for the Joes.
Big right-hander for the Joes. But Dane Hall again, just kind of struggling in his second appearance, just kind of having a hard time finding the zone. As indeed 26.
Jacob Beal, yep.
Jacob Beal up in the bullpen. And Dane Hall with the bases loaded and Tommy Thaman up to the plate. Thaman, who's had a good day, 2 for 4, single double, breaks his bat on this one. Normally, as a batter, you'd like to break your bat for something a little bit more, I don't want to say significant, definitely significant.
Yeah, he was a little frustrated after he broke the bat. He's going to go exchange it out for Adam Schneider, who's on deck, but he was definitely frustrated that he broke the bat on that one. Yeah, if you break the bat, you at least want to get something, get a hit out of it or something, at least put it in play.
Goes down to the count 0-1. The batter Schneider's been kind of cold, so Thaman would like to warm it up for Schneider, as Schneider, who is 0 for 5, and Thaman, who's 2 for 4. Baseball players are strange like that, you know, a little mojo in the right direction. We are a strange kind. 2 balls, 1 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the ninth. The base is juiced for the Cincinnati Steam, who would look to put more runs on as they lead 8-4. The 2-1. It's in the dirt. And it's really just kind of been a bit of a control issue for Dane Hall tonight. Hit Freeze, walked Barnes, and Hewen, who jumped on top of a fastball to put one into the outfield for his single. The 3-1 returns to the strike zone, does Dane Hall. Looking for a big punch out here with the bases loaded. Struck out Hedgeman earlier in the inning. Thaman with 1 strikeout on the day already. Big pitch coming in for Dane Hall here in the ninth. The 3-2 off the plate. And that'll walk in a run for the Steam, who bring the lead back to 5. And that will mean the end of the day for Dane Hall. So with Tyler Thaman coming to the mound, we'll go to the break. We'll have new pitcher and his stats in a second. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's radio broadcast.
Four-Star Mechanical is your one-stop shop for all things heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. With over 100 combined years of industry-specific experience, they're equipped with the design and job site knowledge to complete every project from concept to routine maintenance. Call them at 513-737-1008. If you're looking for an industry leader in all things related to windows and doors, look no further than L.E. Schofield Window and Door Co. With over 7 decades of experience in providing window and door repair and replacement services, as well as glass, screens, and other products, you can count on them to get the job done right the first time around. Call them today at 513-863-8932.
Woman-owned and family-operated, M&G Body Shop has a honest and dependable staff that has over 30 years of experience bringing cars back to life. M&G Body Shop can get your car back safely on the road, providing a wide variety of services including bodywork, frame adjustment, painting, total loss evaluation, window and glass repair, collision repair, alignment, insurance claim reports, and paintless dent repair, and more. Visit M&G Body Shop at 12018 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati or call them up at 513-851-9056.
New pitcher on the mound going to be Jacob Beal, who will come on for Dane Hall, who pitched just the third of an inning. Jacob Beal, who I believe is making his second appearance as well,
The second baseman, Adam
will
Schneider.
come on in a bit of a firefighter type of role after one run has been walked across in this inning to move the Steam lead back to 5. 9-4 our score. So lineup comes to the top. Adam Schneider will watch a fastball the inside corner.
Yeah, you'd be right. Beal making his second appearance, pitched an inning and a third, and gave up 2 earned runs.
The 0-1 into Schneider. Gonna miss upstairs. I believe he kind of came in a tough spot as well in that one.
Yeah, he gave up 4 runs total, with 2 of them being unearned in the 7-4 loss against Southern Ohio a few nights ago.
1 ball, 1 strike to the Steam leadoff man who bounced the bases loaded. As that will miss upstairs. Looked like we had kind of gone away from free passes as a staff the last couple of days, but this day, especially in the late innings, has kind of come back to bite us. As free passes definitely something you want to control as a pitching staff. 2-1, gonna miss upstairs. So 3-1 with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Jacob Beal has come in relief for Dane Hall. It is in danger of walking in the 10th run of the game for the Steam. Nowhere to put Adam Schneider. The 3-1 will miss upstairs. So 10-4 now the score. As I believe Freeze comes in to score. Barnes over to third, Thaman to second. And Schneider with an RBI walk. His second RBI of the day. And his first trip on base, as he was previously 0 for 5. As the Steam have gotten to their 6th at-bats of the game. 1 ball, no strikes to Gabriel Lopez, the beer batter, if that... That is over for the Joes. 1 ball, no strikes. So that one will miss off the plate. Gabriel Lopez, who was 0 for 4 with a hit by pitch, came around to score on that one as well. As he'll swing over the top of that one, 2 balls, 1 strike. As we've mentioned, a couple of off days after tonight. Monday, Tuesday will be off. And the Joes will head to Xenia on Wednesday. As that one is buried in the dirt. Swung over the top of 2 balls, 2 strikes. Xenia, one of the 2 wins on the Joes calendar so far. Have beat Richmond and Xenia. Travel to their home park on Wednesday to try to get back into the win column. As that one is chopped fair. Beal will touch it fair and roll it into foul territory, but that will be touched in fair territory and bring the 11th run of the game home for the Steam. So Barnes will come in to score. Schneider to second. Thaman to third. And Lopez with an RBI infield single. As that'll come in and ring the dome of Blake Buzeo. One ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the 9th. As a handful of walks have been the bane of the Joes' existence in the top of the 9th. 3 runs have come across and expanded the lead to 11-4. And Buzeo ahead in the count 2-0. Big swinging on that one. As Beal gets the first strike across on Buzeo, who has 1 hit on the day, was thrown out at home on a beautiful play from Bennett Clement in the first inning. Feels like an eternity ago, the first inning. So that one is hit high into the air, but we well foul. For the Cincinnati Steam, they'll take on the Settlers tomorrow.
got them next 2 days.
Oh, back-to-back.
Yep. Now both those games are in Roselawn.
Those will surely be a fun matchup with the way this team have been hitting the ball the last couple of days. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Base is still loaded for this team. As that one will miss upstairs. Another one will be walked in for the Joes staff. And I believe head coach Taylor Thaman will come out and get his pitcher. We'll be right back after a bit. I believe it's a pitching change. I haven't seen a motion yet.
Yeah, Thaman only is going to come out for the change.
Indeed,
There's a sidewinder in the Joe's pen that's going to come out and try to finally close out this game.
12-4. Base is still loaded in the 9th. We'll be right back with the new pitcher and his stats. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Are your clothes still dirty after going through the wash? Is your fridge failing to keep things cold? Pay Appliance Service offers superior home appliance repair in Hamilton, Ohio, so you can get on with your day-to-day activities. They are a family-owned company offering fast and reliable appliance repairs. Their skilled service technicians work on a wide variety of brands and home appliances, providing quality repairs on everything from dishwashers to microwaves. Go to their location at 780 South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard or contact them at 513-285-3519. Planet Fitness strives to create a workout environment where everyone feels accepted and respected. That's why at Planet Fitness Hamilton, Ohio, we take care to make sure our club is clean and welcoming, our staff is friendly, and our certified trainers are ready to help. Whether you're a first-time gym user or a fitness veteran, you'll always have a home in our judgment-free zone.
Queen City Hospice is your local, independently owned and operated center that is dedicated to providing patient-centered care and support to residents of the greater Cincinnati area in whatever place they call home. We understand that our staff is the most important aspect of our organization, and that is why we hire only the most qualified and compassionate individuals in the industry. This is why our care is second to none.
Hungry Joe's fans, stop by Richard's Pizza before, during, or after the Hamilton Joes game. Order a pizza that was voted #1 best pizza in Butler County, or order one of their famous Italian steak sandwiches at Richard's Pizza, located on 417 Main Street. You can order online or stop by Richard's Pizza for your next delicious meal.
Casey Fink coming on to pitch the 9th after Dane Hall and Jacob Beal have been unsuccessful so far. Casey Fink, who's a two-way, we presume. So we've talked to Ryan Finnerty and said that he's probably, or a lot of these guys are two-ways. But you'll recognize him from the Joes lineup over the last couple of days. Came in to pitch against the Copperheads and was rather good.
Yeah, clean inning. 1 inning of work, no strikeouts, walks, or hits or anything, just 3 putouts.
Oh, shoot, we love zeros. 1 out in the top of the 9th. William John, the 9th batter to come to the plate for the Steam.
Yeah, so Fink originally started at Penn State and then transferred out to Charleston, and Charleston kind of wants him to pitch.
So that one is set into center field. William John will pick up a couple of RBIs as Clement will come in and throw the ball to third. Throw will be in time for out number 3. Bennett Clement able to cut down the runner for out number 2, but the lead moves to 10. As that's 14-4 here in the 9th. William John will pick up his 3rd RBI of the day and his 3rd hit of the day, as Luke Ewan will come back to the plate for his 2nd at-bat of the inning. Seems like an eternity ago the 9th inning started, as we had a little bit of some high hopes on the Joes side, as it did scratch one across in the home half of the 8th. But 6 runs now in this inning have expanded the lead, ballooned the lead to 10, 14-4, with 5 free bases issued in the inning and 13 on the day, 10 walks, 3 hit batters. Or make that 14. I didn't count the one in the 9th. That's 14 free bases. But on the positive side, the defense has been good. No errors. The 1-1. Going to miss off the plate.
Yeah, a couple of hose pieces as well.
Exactly.
Bennett Clement with 2 really nice throws. So, yeah, the defense has been much improved from days past. The bats seem to be the final missing piece that the Joes are waiting on right now.
That one is hit a mile in the air. And that will be drop in play in foul territory. Both Brazier and Ulrich kind of looked at each other and thought that one was going to land in the steam dugout or on top of the dugout. But instead drops in between the two of them, and Luke Hewen will have another chance. Yeah, it does just seem like when it rains, it pours for the Joes this season. And it is in a full torrential downpour at this point. Here in the 9th, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. William John out at second after his 2 RBI double. That one will miss off the plate. Field count at 3-2. Luke Hewen, who singled to lead things off in the top half of the 9th, came all the way around to score. One of the 6 steam batters to come around and score this inning. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Require a throw from Evan Ulrich, who'll fire over to Brazier for strike number 3. Casey Fink comes in and gets a strikeout to end the top half of the 9th, but not before 6 runs come across for the Steam. Will go to the top or the bottom of the 9th inning. 14-4 our score. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Figure it out.
Bottom of the 9th inning. Bennett Clement, Andrew Patrick, and Sam Lowe do up in the 9th, as I believe Chase Popplewell's still on the mound. Didn't quite get the number. It is Chase Popplewell. The Joes chasing 10 after a 6-run top half of the 9th has kind of deflated Hamilton a little bit, this Foundation Field crowd. Well, the first pitch going to miss up and away. Talked about it in the break. Just takes, something to break our way. They said it couldn't be done. You always have to be optimistic. Well, that little miss off the plate. Anybody have numbers on the largest comeback in GLSCL history? Is that a thing that we have?
Oh, it's larger than this.
That one's set in the right center field. So Bennett Clement with his second hit of the ball game.
I would have to go check, but a specific game sticks out in my mind from last year when the Joes were in Circleville against the Ohio Marlins. I believe the score of that game was 21-5, and they made it 21-20 before eventually losing that game.
Oh,
that game was absolutely wild. Yeah, the Joes put in like 3 position, not even 2 ways, straight up position players to pitch after kind of throwing in the towel on it, and then all of a sudden the offense got going. They almost came back in that game. I need to go back now and find that.
Well, we'll take that. We only need half of those. We're a little under half. That was 15. We need 10. 10 to tie, 11 to win. And that one will clip the outside corner to Andrew Patrick. It's always a chance, no matter how slim it is. And being Joe's broadcasters, we do have to, keep some sort of hope in our boys down in that third base dugout, as that's going to clip the outside corner.
Oh, okay, so 16-4. Ohio Marlins on top of the Joes after 4 innings in Circleville last year. That game was on July 7th. So that one dives low. It was 16-4 after 4 innings. Joes would put across 4 in the top of the 7th to make it 16-8, and then 7 in the top of the 8th to make it 16-15 before giving up 5 in the bottom of the 8th and losing that game 21-15.
A heartbreaker,
A
for
couple,
sure.
Yeah, a few touchdowns, a 2-point conversion in there for the Joes.
A couple safeties.
Yeah, the Joes had Dalton Miller and Harry Jackson both pitch in that game. Neither of those guys pitched collegiately at all. I remember Harry saying on the bus ride home that was his first time pitching since I believe his junior year of high school, and he was a college upperclassman.
That'll be fouled into the glove of Hewen. A big strikeout for Popplewell. And that'll be out number 1.
The second baseman.
Popplewell grabs his second strikeout of the day. We'll bring up Sam Lowe. And that'll miss low. Love when it gets into late summer and you start to see more position guys throwing. You start to see the numbers jump up offensively as everybody kind of starts to phase into their wood bats. It's the 1-0 going to miss upstairs, 2-0.
Yeah, and I think there's probably a lot of people that are thinking, that they've seen offense this early in the season just because of games like this where this team put up a lot of runs. But I think most notably what you'll see as the summer goes on is just consistency with the bats. As this team are probably not going to score 14 runs tomorrow. Who knows? But as you get later in the summer, that run support tends to become a little more consistent as long as your team's able to stay healthy and stay together.
The pitching begins to phase in a little bit more, and the defense starts to click, and all of a sudden you start to see probably a little bit more closer games. With a 3-0, right down the middle of Sam Lowe. Actually, remembering just a week ago with the Oklahoma State Cowboys, who came back, I believe, on Oklahoma in that regional. That one sent a high in the air. And will be squeezed by Schneider for out number 2.
Sooners just punched their ticket.
I think they were down like 15-0 or 12-0 at one point and just absolutely caught fire. That field in Stillwater kind of plays a little small sometimes for how well they hit the baseball. But they came all the way back. I think they won that game like 17-15 or something like that. Oh, no, I think it was 21.
21-15.
21-15, yeah. So that one will miss off the plate. And a bag stolen by Bennett Clement.
Redemption attempt for Bennett.
Exactly. I believe there was a tweet that put out the two teams that had played in the fall for the football season, and the score was higher in the baseball meeting than it was for the football meeting. As the 1-0 going to miss off the plate to Evan Ulrich. So Clement with his first stolen base of the game after being kind of caught in between a steal and going back his first time up and on base against Stoltz, who picked him off. The 2-0. Breaking ball. Good breaking ball from Popplewell, but unable to find the zone on that one, and that'll move the count to 3-0. If you're still watching, thank you for staying with us so long. It's been about 3 hours and 20 minutes on the broadcast, and 28 runs between the two teams. There's a back pick from Hewen, actually caught from Popplewell on the mound. Didn't think he thought that was going to go to second base. Kind of just took the glove out and was like, oh, thank you. Like, we'll take that.
Why are you throwing seeds back to me with 2 outs in the 9th?
3-1. Lace in the left field. They'll wave Clement around, force a throw from Thaman, who will just lightly flick the ball in. The Joes will at least make it less than double digits, as Evan Ulrich will collect himself an RBI.
He's had a nice day at the plate. He's 2 for 4 with a walk and a run. And he's, as you've mentioned many times, Blake, gotten kind of destroyed behind home plate as he just seemed to catch every bad break in terms of where the foul tips would hit him. And
yeah, face, arm a couple of times, the leg once or twice. Good to see him be good offensively and kind of get that back. Grab himself an RBI. We'll bring up Grant Miller with 2 outs in the 9th. 14-5 our score. Now as the Joes trail by 9. The first pitch to Grant Miller will be on the inside corner. It's been a long night as there's some kind of steam rolling in from the right side. The 0-1 chopped on the ground will be fielded by Buceo. Field it across to John, and that will end things here at Foundation Field. A rather unfortunate day for the Joes as they will go down for their 4th loss of the season. 2-4 and a 14-5 loss for the Joes as they have a couple of days off before heading out to Xenia. We will return in a couple of minutes as Luke Westpelly will have the post-game show for us. We'll wrap it up. We'll talk about this game, what the Joes likely need to fix over the last couple more games. We'll take a look around the GLSCL at other games. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth and with the Joes Broadcast Network.
Back here inside Foundation Field following our game tonight. Joe's fall in this one, 14-4, your final score, as the Cincinnati Steam take it on the road. The Steam will improve to 3-1 on the season as the Joes fall to 2-4. Joes with a couple of days off to rest and recuperate as they move into week 2 and really the heart of this GLSCL season beginning next week. The Hamilton Joes postgame show is brought to you by the Casual Pint. If you're looking for a perfect spot for a bite or brew before or after a Joes game, pay a visit to the Casual Pint. Now I welcome back in my broadcast partner Blake Griffin. And Blake, this is a game where, it was back and forth in the early goings, and then Cincinnati just continued to hit the ball well, and the Joes' bats went cold, and that was really the difference.
Yeah, no, exactly what happened. You saw the Joes kind of hit what they needed to do defensively, as a lot of guys came in for early work and tried to fix that problem. No errors on the scoreboard for the Joes. Love to see that. That's one piece of the puzzle kind of fixed again. But just needing to kind of get the bats going and needing to get rid of the free passes on the mound.
Yeah, absolutely. So just a bit of a breakdown on this one. Final line score, Cincinnati Steam 14 runs on 12 hits, 1 error. And for the Joes, 5 runs on 10 hits and no errors. 0 in the errors column is good to see after the performance, and Blake mentioned the early work from the Joes here today, but the bats have just continued to be just a little bit off when the Joes have needed them. They continue to strand a lot of runners on base, stranded runners in all but 2 innings this evening, and that continues to plague them as they make their way through week 1 of this season. We'll take a look around the GLSCL as we have another full slate of games on deck tonight. There was a little bit of weather in Salina, which canceled the game between Licking County and Grand Lake, but the other game in the South Division was played out to completion as the Southern Ohio Copperheads picked up the win on the road against the Richmond Jazz. 10-6 the final in that one as the Copperheads come back to improve to 3-2 on the season. In the North Division, Jetbox Baseball defeating Sandusky Ice Haulers by an 8-4 score. Sandusky continuing that homestand. The Michigan Monarchs on top of the Lima Locos, 11-4. Final chance for Lima as they are down 7 in the bottom of the 9th at Simmons Field. And then, of course, the game between Muskegon and Royal Oak as they continue their series at Marshfield. Muskegon continuing to roll with a 7-1 victory over the Leprechauns.
That Lima game does mean that they are no longer undefeated.
Yeah, Lima right now, or Lima's sitting at 4-1 right now, so Lima potentially falling to 4-2 after tonight. Lima's a team that they finished second in the regular season and then ended up winning the division in the playoffs last year. The Joes defeated them in the championship series. But certainly interesting to look at as we get further into this season, as the North Division will matter a lot more come playoff time. 3 games on deck tomorrow as the Joes will have the day off. Xenia Scouts taking on the Southern Ohio Copperheads at Bob Wren Stadium. Then at Roselawn, Licking County Settlers and Cincinnati Steam doing battle. Richmond Jazz and Grand Lake Mariners also taking each other on in Montgomery Field. So all the games in the South Division tomorrow. North Division has everything off, and the Joes will be the lone dormant team in the South Division as well. They will get 2 days off, and they will be back in action on Wednesday as they head to Grady's Field at the AIA Complex for the first time this season to battle with the Xenia Scouts. So, Blake, your final thoughts on this one as we wrap it up here from Hamilton.
Mentioned it time and time again, just good work defensively. Just need to clean up a few spots on the pitching side and just need to hit a little bit more, and we're right there with the best of them.
Absolutely. So, once again, 14-5. Your final score. Winning pitcher in this one for the Cincinnati Steam was Zach Weber. The losing pitcher for the Hamilton Joes was Dawson Hall. And the Joes fall to 2-4 on the season after 6 games. So, we will see you on Wednesday as the Joes broadcast hits the road as Hamilton takes on Xenia. Coverage beginning for that game at 6:45 p.m. Until then, for my great broadcast partner Blake Griffin, all of our hardworking crew here at the Hamilton Joes, we'd like to say thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Joes fall on this Sunday afternoon. Good night, everyone.